Fast Lane on a Monday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. Speaking of nasty, your St. Louis sports weekend was absolutely nasty. If you toss in Illinois.
Come on. What did they
got
do?
tossed out of the
They didn't
tournament.
do much. That's the problem.
No, it's, especially in the second half. That 30-0 run really sunk them.
Well, we just were planning on playing the first half, and second half, game plan didn't go as planned. Yeah,
that's very true.
Much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
How do you go on a 30-0 run?
I've never seen it.
Like without 5 players on the court, just laying down on the court and letting the other team just have their way.
Yep.
30-0.
Yep.
I watched it.
CD.
I watched it. I was
by
ready to come in
accident,
here.
you should have hit a bucket.
I think so.
You probably should have. I was ready to come here with my Illinois jersey on, representing Final Four. No need. It was a bad second half, man. Like, I think the game plan going in was Captain Obvious, right? I think the game plan going in was to attack the bigs and hopefully get them in foul trouble. At some point, maybe late in the first half, you should have realized, hey, that's not working. We're driving. They're just blocking it. They're not committing fouls. Maybe drive and kick. Kick it to the wide open 3-point shooter over there in the corner.
Yep.
Nope. Don't do that.
No.
Just keep driving.
Just keep going right into that wall.
He's a huge human being.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know where you guys want to start. Do you have like a wheel or something? Should we spin the
hang on, give me a
Gauntlet
second.
wheel?
The
maybe?
wheel of death?
We'll just spin the St. Louis wheel of death because
Locally, not a lot of positive sports.
at all
Information.
Yeah, if you just narrow it down to the Cardinals comeback win on Saturday, you can talk about that one victory. Otherwise,
Do you really talk about that one victory?
no, of course not. But I'm just saying, if you look for one positive aspect.
Marshy said, well, we could have split the series. I said, yeah, and we could have also gotten swept.
Very
You
true.
probably
should have lost that game Saturday.
You lost 3. You probably should have lost 3. Like, you throw the one game out where they were able to win and come back. You know?
Why do you throw that out?
Because you want to throw that. You want to keep that one. Then
Well, I like to keep all the wins, actually.
well, you got one. Keep that one. There you go.
You still blew the game, though.
You blew.
You blew the game.
Oh my
So
You blew 2 games.
can we talk about that just for a second? Because this has been just driving me crazy all weekend. I actually was excited to get on here and talk to you guys about it. In the offseason, the Cardinals, they went and signed guys for the rotation. What was their primary purpose for signing said individuals?
Eat innings.
Okay. What have the Cardinals not done so far?
Innings.
So Lance Lynn, everybody's like, hey, hooray, Lance Lynn, he gets the victory, will you? 4 freaking innings?
It was a rain delay.
It was a rain delay.
I don't care. Shove him back out there. I don't care. A rain delay. Oh, he can't stay warm?
Probably not.
I know it's not what you're supposed to do, but still, whatever.
Yeah.
The whole thing, I'm just like,
I mean,
what are we doing here? Miles Michaelis screwed it all up with his start.
He did.
He did it last year, the year before, and the year before, too. BK had all the stats.
This is why last night you can talk about the bullpen, you can talk about who was available, who wasn't available, but it does set the tone for the entire series. We were sitting there, Carey, you and I were ticked off on Thursday, and some people, not everybody, some people were like, it's one game. You set the tone for the rest of the series that way by not being able to pitch deep into that game if you're Miles Michaelis. You have to set the tone from there.
Somebody's got to set the tone!
Every series that your starters don't go deep early on, the bill comes due with the bullpen later in the series. And we saw that again last night. You should have won that game.
Ollie had options, though, man. I'm questioning Ollie's...
Everything?
Yeah, I am.
I mean, honestly, everything.
I'm not joking. Like, I kind of was supportive to Ollie when he got his extension because I don't say in the group that was like, okay, he had a good first season. No, never mind. You spare me the Albert Pujols texts. Albert only had 21 home runs. So, it's not like he had 60 or 70. Ollie managed a team to the playoffs. Then last year was awful. So I was like, okay, let's see. Ollie made so many bad decisions throughout this first 4 games. I don't even know where to begin. Like the infield in the very first game, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then scratching 3 of your top players in a game because it was a scheduled day out. You got 2 of them that are under the age of 23.
They don't need days off. The hell you need a day off for?
100%.
You don't. Days off are for veterans.
Yeah.
It's for guys that have done it for a long time. You know what? You're 30. You're 31. Okay, you get your day off.
Or you're the
Get you off your
catcher.
feet.
That was somewhat reasonable. You want to get Herrera in there. You're not going to catch Contreras every single game.
That was the only one that made sense.
That's correct.
Yep.
The rest of them, like, what the hell are we doing here?
Mason Wynn, I believe, had 2 hits the night before.
Yes.
Was the only guy, really, that
I don't
really
know,
came to play.
You know when the time is to give somebody a day off? I don't care if it's a veteran or a rookie. When they're struggling, when they're 0 for 30 with 15 Ks, then you can sit the guy down. You know what? Take this one off. Take a breather. You need to get away from the ballpark here for a second. You
He's all
come in.
tuckered out 2 games in. Like, what are we doing?
that was-
It's a
I thought that was
streaky
strange.
game,
They were youngsters, Anthony.
and they're young. And
They
I
could
don't
play
know.
190
it's
games.
the first series of the year.
There's no way you're tired.
There's no way you're tired.
It's not possible.
It's no way the young guys are asking for a day off
No.
either. And then, you got your bullpen, and you got Helsley, who says to the manager, which this is all you've wanted for the last couple of years from Ryan Helsley, is, hey, Skip, give me the damn ball. That was the one thing behind closed doors. Like, he doesn't necessarily want the ball every game, Now he's asking for it. You don't give it to him. You don't give the ball to Fernandez. Might as well see what he's got. You give it to who? The King?
King, who
John-
just got called up.
How'd that-
John King.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Not well, Jamie.
Pit batting practice for Max Muncy.
I get it because it's lefty on lefty,
I don't.
but Fernandez should have been in any of the other games because then it allows your other pitchers to be in a spot, especially you throw him in when you're losing 7-1. Throw that guy in.
Right.
If you don't trust him, throw him in because you're not going to win that game. But a tight game, that would allow another relief pitcher to be available in that situation.
Yeah.
You'd have been better off just to get up on the bump and throw the ball right at Max Muncy. Put him on first. Now he can't hit a home run on you.
Very true. I know it's the Dodgers. I know they're supposed to lose. I know they're supposed to drop 3 or 4. I get that. I realize that other teams had worse series. The Houston Astros did not win a game against the Yankees. The Miami Marlins, so Skip Schumacher, 0 for Gopher, 0 for 4 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Marlins went over the weekend. Had a 5-0 lead yesterday. Coughed that one up. I realize this is the Dodgers. But does anyone not feel as though that series was the same as what we saw a year ago?
Oh, it
was
It was
a
100%.
microcosm yet again of everything we saw last year. I know it's one series. I know it's the Dodgers. I know it's a long year. Do something to tell all of us as Cardinals fans that you're not about to do the exact same thing that you did a year ago.
and that's the problem for me, is eliminate the Dodgers from the equation here. Put team X, Y, or Z. Doesn't matter. The decisions that were made were the same ones as that were made a year ago, and the performances from certain individual are the same. Is Nolan Arenado ever going to hit another home run?
No.
Nah.
I'm not joking. I watched somebody
swing was
on
putrid.
Somebody on Twitter put
And
his
I can't hit, Carey.
his last at bats from, I think it was August 14th or something like that. It was the last time he hit a home run, or 19th. They put all his at bats together. It's pretty bad.
Well,
Like, is this a career taking a turn?
He's 0 for 20. He was 0 for 23 dating back to last year before he got the one hit.
That's what I'm saying, though.
It's terrible.
It's bad all the way across.
Yeah.
I get the starting pitching. You kind of got what you got last year. The bullpen did the same thing. Hitting not timely enough. And then you have as you said, the questions of some of the decision making. As you said, Jamie, why do you pull the infield in the first inning? Why do you sit players that are 22, 23 years old the third game of the year? What is the purpose? Again, I'm sure there are more people involved in those decisions and making those and helping, but I don't think it's the right decision.
Play your horses.
Especially
Come on.
early.
I think that's what helps you win games.
And Steven Matz was on an 80-pitch limit last night when you have a depleted bullpen.
Why? Did he get hurt in the spring?
You're going to worry about getting him hurt, CD.
It's probably trying
Come
to
on.
What the hell is his job?
Probably trying to build them up. Now, in fairness, so sitting guys, in fairness, Atlanta's doing the same thing today, okay? You look at it. Acuna Jr. is in the lineup. Albies, Riley, Olsen, Ozuna. These are all backups, right?
No. Those are their guys.
Harris,
Anthony
Garcia, DR.
Those guys are really good.
Yeah, and Anthony, I'm going to tell you something.
Those are the.
That's the starters.
Oh,
Here, contrary to what you've got it flipped the wrong way. Is last year all of those guys played damn near every single game for the Braves.
Yeah, the rest.
They played like 150.
They didn't rest them.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
They won't. Because
Okay.
you know why?
They want to win.
There you go.
There you go.
Didn't we hear in the offseason that the lineup was going to be a little bit more consistent, and then the third game into the season it wasn't?
So
called panic.
I want to get into the offense next. Not quite done with the Cardinals.
Offense.
Yeah, well,
What are you
right.
watching?
No, you're right. I'm sorry. Hey, the Braves are up 3-0. I got confused again. I was talking about an offense, an actual offense. Let's get into the Cardinals' lack thereof of an offense before we get into the Blues and every other miserable aspect in St. Louis sports this weekend. That's next in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Are you in the market for replacement windows? Well, now's the time to do it. Spring is here, weather's clearing up, and maybe your windows aren't what they should be. Maybe they're thin, maybe they're cracking, maybe they're not efficient, and we know exactly what that entails is when the hot weather leaks in, the cold weather leaks in. Stop that. Visit Window World. They are the best in the business. Give them a call at 314-993-1800. Window World uses a double-strength glass that gives it a strength not commonly used in replacement windows. And what that does, it creates a more durable window, but a more efficient window as well. And that's really what you want. They also back up their windows with a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. And they are still offering 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. So please give them a call over there. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. That number's 314-993-1800. Again, that's 314-993-1800. Or visit windowworldstlouis.com.
Hey guys, happy Monday. What? Oh my God. Marmol and Mo, you guys are stellar. You put together this great roster. Marmol, you think ahead all the time, always out thinking all the other managers. We're just a step ahead, always. I am so happy. You know that at bat, Windhoek. Oh my God, wasn't it so good? You know, they walk the two guys in front of you, it's the Dodgers, and you go up just swinging for the fences on all 3 pitches. Oh my God, it's a great day to be a Cardinal fan. They're just so amazing. All right, have a great day here on April Fools, everybody. Bye.
I feel like Lisa was she was being sarcastic on that one.
I
guys.
thought
Did
that-
you feel that?
No, at first I thought that Lisa had finally hit her breaking point on the Cardinals.
She just went crazy.
I thought maybe she'd lost it a little bit.
Yeah.
No, it was all wrapped into an April Fool's, which was well played, Lisa.
She's being patient.
Oh,
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
It's only the first series.
yeah, Carey. It's only the first series.
Okay, cool. Are the rest of them going to look like that? I mean, let me know now.
Probably.
Okay, well, I would like to know so I know how to,
Carey, I'd like
Best
to know.
guess is yes on that.
I really would.
Should we write down a date the next time Carey puts on those red glasses?
Oh, it might be a while.
He's going to have allergic reaction next
It
time he
might
touches
be a
it.
while.
Cardinals LLC is going to
It
take a
might
second.
fold.
Yeah,
It might fold during the season.
But those glasses are never going to get put on.
Nope. Those blue ones, too. We'll get to them in a second.
Yeah, you can wear
Well,
those.
you're happy.
I thought about that. It was a great birthday present.
I'm not.
That was a birthday present. Great birthday
UConn
present.
wins. The Sharks win.
4-0 on your B-Day.
Anthony texting us about how much fun he's
He was
having.
excited. He was
Listening
like,
to
"All right, I'm
Beyonce. Rocking away.
I don't think I brought that to the airwaves that
What?
Beyonce's a tough listen for me.
Oh, you better be careful.
That
know.
text that
That will live forever. What
that
you
text
just
chain
said.
that night was pretty epic.
Well, it was. There was a lot going on. Yeah.
Jamie celebrated your birthday.
I sure did.
Jamie
Celebrate.
did, yeah.
Boy, did I ever.
Absolutely. All right, so getting back to the Cardinals. Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
Thanks for thinking of me, kid.
I didn't think about you at all. trust me.
I'm sure I popped in at some point.
No, you kept texting, which was weird.
All right, Anthony. Enough is enough.
The selfies were a bit much.
You up? You up? Wanted to make sure that you knew.
I liked your orange Crocs, though.
Yeah. I don't own Crocs, but if I did, they'd be orange. So the Cardinals dropped 3 or 4. It's nice to laugh and smile and such because we're about to talk about the Cardinals again. This really stood out. The Cardinals hit 173 in the series, struck out 43 times.
A lot of swing and miss in our
There's a
lineup.
lot of
isn't
swing
there?
and miss. They've been looking for it. They found it.
Well, hey, you know what's nice about
It's in your dugout.
found it. My God, it was in the lineup in the dugout the entire time.
man.
I can't handle this anymore.
The strikeouts, it's the good balance there. If you're going to have a team that strikes out a lot, you get a lot of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Unless you're the Cardinals.
Yeah, just one.
173 they hit in the series, struck out 43 times. Cardinals had 36 base runners in the 4-game series. 46. Left 9 runners on base on Sunday. They had more runners left on base than they had hits, which was 8.
Hey, Anthony, good news is they're getting guys on base.
There you
Yeah.
You know, like we talk about Whitey ball. Get players on base. The Cardinals are doing that.
Absolutely.
So it's a matter of time before it all clicks.
Jamie, to your point, the Cardinals had 23 hits in the series.
Yeah.
They stranded 25 on base.
Oh, no.
Hey, a couple of good pops here and there. And everything's completely different, Anthony.
Well, let's be honest. Was there anything that you took away from this series that you can say, okay, not bad?
Victor Scott, that's it.
I
and
agree.
Steven Matz yesterday.
Mason
Steven
Wynn.
Matz
Mason
pitched
Wynn was
Mason
good.
Wynn as
He made a
well.
couple of plays.
Yeah.
He's got to show off the arm on a couple of plays.
Goldschmidt,
about
the
your
first
guy?
game.
How about your guy?
Burley?
Big Burley.
Yeah, making a catch in the outfield, throwing
Nice
runners
job.
out.
Throwing right out
what
of
are we
his
talking
socks.
about here, huh? What do we say, huh?
That guy.
You see him now, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was that weight he lost.
That was good that the ball was hit right to him, of course. You know, but
don't worry about it. He caught
He
it.
made the play.
He caught it.
Hey,
Threw a
you
guy
know,
out.
when we're talking about guys like Mason Wynn and Victor Scott and Alec Burleson, is that a problem?
Maybe.
Just dawned on me. Got another statistic for you here. Betts, he went hitless in Sunday's game, still batting .500 on the season.
He is amazing.
Derek Gould had that in his piece. I laughed out loud on that one. Here's the MVP, the new MVP or MV3 for the Dodgers. Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. Yeah, combined 14 for 44. That's a 318 average. 4 home runs, 3 of them from Betts. Top 4 hitters for the Cardinals. They did well.
No,
11 for 63 in the series, hit 175 with 21 strikeouts. Donovan Goldschmidt, Nolan Gorman. Nolan Arenado, 4 for 18, 8 strikeouts on Sunday. Gorman had half the strikeouts by himself.
He had 9 in that series.
Wow.
He's going to. I mean, we talked about it, right?
Hey, it's Kyle
It's
Schwarber.
okay. It's okay, but
I'll take Kyle Schwarber.
you got to hit the ball over the fence.
Yeah, he will. He will. It's just a matter of time. They'll start slowing it down for him.
No. The opposing
We'll
pitcher.
slow it down for him.
You know,
The one thing I did envy watching that series, the Dodgers got some guys throwing the ball. They got some pitchers.
Who's that one guy?
Yeah.
Bobby
young guys.
Boucher, Bobby Miller.
Yeah, that guy. Where the hell
Give me
did this
one of
guy
them.
come from?
They draft and
give me
develop
one of
these
them.
guys.
Where did they find him? They found him in a Russian laboratory somewhere.
Probably.
They put together.
They developed him all right.
But they developed a laboratory as well, Cardinals.
They paid for
You're
it.
the pitching lab?
They paid.
We don't know what that is here.
That's the funny thing, Carey. The guys that they paid for, the guys that we just mentioned, yeah, they all came through. The guys they drafted and developed also came through. So Dodgers
Shohei
the
didn't
model.
do a great job. They paid a lot of money for him. He did okay.
That's true. He
you go.
cost them the
Huh?
game on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's a little sidetracked right now.
He might be.
just to put it out there.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the notion that, this was the Dodgers, everything's fine?
I don't care.
I made this point on Thursday, Marsh.
It holds a little weight, though.
It holds weight if they were competitive throughout the series and they dropped 3 of 4. I think the conversation would be much different.
Well, they were competitive, though, Anthony. Let's just be honest. They're up 4-0. They pissed it away, guys. I am here to this. Yes,
They were a Will Smith catcher interference from
Bingo.
being swept. Like let's seriously.
Couple of walks,
A couple of
catcher's
pitch.
interference,
Catcher,
hit by
Will
pitch,
Smith,
bases
that was
loaded.
your
offense.
Yes.
All right.
It wasn't great.
Not good
I
enough.
tried. Hey, guys. Hey, Ollie, I tried. Okay, Mo, I tried.
Try harder.
I don't really believe it. That's the problem. So I can't really fight it with conviction.
you're not-
CD, even if I'm full of crap
Right.
and I believe it,
You're
I'm
gonna
going to
go.
fight.
Yeah.
But I
Jamie-
didn't this
See,
time.
they-
You know what Jamie just did? Jamie took 2 steps up the hill and just said, screw it, and walked right back down.
Oh, I didn't
He
just
didn't
walk-
even get all the way up to the hill.
I dove head first down.
Yeah.
Said, screw this. I'm
Nah,
out.
I ain't dying on this hill.
No.
So if they were more competitive, and I'm talking about like smart baseball, and they just got Shohei'd or Betts or Freeman.
Well, they kind of
okay.
They kind of did.
Yeah.
They weren't
Betts is
competitive.
They got Bobby
good,
Boucher.
man. Bobby
Miles-
Boucher was. I was watching him. I'm like, he is throwing gas.
I've
Miles
never seen
Michael
a
is
guy pitch
Sixth
like
inning.
that.
Oh, it's all over the place.
Like that's a bit much. I watched Randy
talent.
Johnson and those guys pitch for a lot of years. I'm saying I haven't seen a guy like that recently pitch like that.
Had movement. It
Maybe
was
it's because I didn't expect it.
I think you're comparing what you're seeing with the Cardinals over the last year and with the Dodgers just displaced.
No, I'm
or
looking at that guy
displayed,
versus
and
the
it's
entire
talent.
league and going, that guy's really damn good.
Yeah, they got talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do not.
I think a lot of people are like, well, it's
You don't.
it's the Dodgers, and it's like, yeah, they are the best team in the league. Maybe the Braves, you could throw the Braves in there too, but this is how your team stacks up against the best teams in Major League Baseball.
Not
You're
even
not
close.
good enough. You're not good enough.
You're not in the same hemisphere.
No,
At all.
no, not even close.
If that was a kind of a litmus test of where this team is going to be, if they were to make the playoffs, if they got swept out, that's a really good Dodgers team. The Cardinals, they didn't look good. Like there were times where you're like, what is this? What am I watching?
Yeah, and that was when I'm watching the veterans. I'm watching the guys who should be carrying the mail, and I'm going, what the hell am I watching?
I've seen Nolan Arenado make every play at third base. That ball that kind of short hopped him and bounced. I'm not accustomed to seeing him not make that play. It's a tough play. But you are a perennial Gold Glove winner. I do not expect that ball to get past you. I expect you to make that play. And I don't know if he's on the downside of his career, but it's if he started out the way if he starts out again like he did last year and can pick it up later on, maybe you say, okay, but it's starting to feel like, what are we watching? What's he doing?
That's what scares me the most. is you watch Goldie. Goldie had a great first game of the series. You're like, okay, there's still some pop there. I'm watching Nolan Arenado, guys, and I'm legitimately concerned. And I hope that Nolan Arenado is listening, or somebody tells him, and he decides to stick it to the fast lane and go on a tear here. Great. Trust me, I'll be happy about it. But to me, it feels, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I will eat crow on that day, but it feels like an aging player that that the brain still thinks it can do the things that the body can't.
We had similar discussion. I will say this: we had similar discussions at one point about Goldschmidt and wound up winning MVP. I'm with you guys. So hopefully it's just a situation where it's just a really bad spell for Arenado that is carried into the first part of the year. I agree. All right, the Blues are shaking things up ahead of their.
Let's dive back into the Cardinals.
No,
or the
There's
Battle
too many young guys in the lineup.
Yeah, a couple of guys need a day off here. I need a day off.
What was that?
You got it.
What
was that?
What are you talking about?
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Next on 101 ESPN.
Are you currently thinking about selling your home, but maybe you've got some reservations? Maybe you're stressed out because you don't understand the market. Maybe it's not the right time for you. Maybe you don't understand the price that you should be asking for. Take all of that out of the equation by calling Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria Lou is the best in the business, and one thing that she's going to do is get your home sold. And she's going to do it quickly, too. She's got great options available. My favorite, you've heard me talk about it before, guaranteed sales. It's where Gloria and the home seller sit down, agree upon a sales price, and then Gloria sells your home for that price, or she buys it herself. She guarantees all of that in handwriting as well. And the reason she's so confident is because of all of the potential buyers that she has in her exclusive database. These buyers are ready to purchase your home, more traffic to your listing, hopefully multiple offers, more money for you at the end of it all. And all you have to do is pick up the phone, call Gloria Lou, tell her that Jamie Rivers sent you in. That number is 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Conditions do apply. Gloria and the seller must agree upon the sales price as well as the possession date.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. A tough weekend in St. Louis. Sports-related wise, the Cardinals lose 3 of 4 to the Dodgers over the weekend. St. Louis City SC loses 3-1 to Real Salt Lake. The Battlehawks lost 18-16 against the Michigan Panthers, and the Blues lost 4-0 to the San Jose Sharks over the weekend. The Blues will be back in action tonight, taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Pregame starts at 7. Puck drop is at 8, and you can catch all the action right here on 101 ESPN. We're going to dive into that loss for the Blues coming up next. So if you have an opinion, send it our way to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Leave a mic drop. We're taking all of your text and mic drops today. We're going to get into the Blues next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff. Find new roads and shop 24/7 at londoff.com and londoffAutoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
What song did I sing for you on your birthday this year?
Exactly. So is that
You
game.
guys know it's not, we're March birthdays.
Yeah.
It's April 1st.
Well, the game was Saturday.
Game was Saturday.
San Jose Sharks.
Your Sharks.
Your
Your
Sharks.
listen, I
4-0.
root for the Yukon Huskies.
And the San Jose Sharks.
No, I don't root for the Sharks.
Must have been a hell of a night for you, Anthony.
It was really nice. It was really
Big Sharks
nice.
win.
That
they'd only
didn't
won
care
one
about,
game in
yeah.
their last 19.
Yeah.
They did that for you.
That's nice. They certainly own the Blues, that's for sure. What's the combined score now? About 9-1 in games this season?
Against, yes.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
not-
9 for them and 1 for us.
Yeah. It was so
The
bad.
Sharks are making a playoff run, so it's.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
in the American Hockey League, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. They're making a run like
They're going to be relegated to the American Hockey League.
last team in the. You guys
Yeah.
go down
Yeah.
this
Let's go
upcoming
play
season.
down there.
Drew Bannister was so disturbed by the loss that he decided to shake everything up. All 4 forwards are different. The lines are different. 2 of the top 3 defensive pairings are different. Here's how it looked at morning skate today. Brandon Saad, Robert Thomas, Jake Neighbors, Alexei Toropchenko, Pavel Buchnevich, Jordan Kyrou, Kevin Hayes, Braden Shen, Kasperi Kapanen, and then the 4th line, Sammy Blais, Zach Dean, who replaces Zach Bolduc, and then Nathan Walker. Nick Leddy, Colton Parayko, Torrey Krug, Justin Falk, Marcos Gandela, and Tyler Tucker were the top three defensive pairings.
Yes.
So Bannister, again, so shaken by the fact that the Sharks hung a 4 spot on his team, and Joel Hofer got zero help, that he goes, I'm gonna change everything.
Yeah.
This will do it.
So here's what actually happened
Okay.
on Saturday night is that Blues came out, and I'll tell you what, like that, the ice was tilted in the first period. It was a bloodbath. Blues were all over them. Absolutely all over them, doing everything they wanted to do. Drop, pass, tic-tac-toe, pass this. That. The only thing they couldn't do is beat Mackenzie Blackwood in net. He played incredible for the Sharks. But then my worst fear started to happen, and we have a little talk back button that we can talk to the producer, we can talk to whatever in the truck during the Bally's game, and I got on the talk back and said, this is the worst case scenario right now. I said, let's start tracking some of the Blues turnovers, because when you're playing North hockey and it's not working, this team in particular starts to go east-west. They start doing this board-to-board sideways play. And the Sharks, all they did is go, they shrunk to the middle of the ice because they're not good. What's the best way to fool the other team to think you're good? Just be in the way and just disrupt their flow. And that's what happened. And then, lo and behold, the Sharks get a bounce. They get a break. They get a bounce off the glass. The guy scores a goal. All of a sudden, the game is sliding out of your control because you took your foot off the gas from playing the way you should be playing. And it's disturbing, and it's unacceptable. It really is. That second period was abysmal for the Blues. I have no idea how they even let that happen. And then they come back in the third, put their foot on the gas, and dominate the whole third period as well. But how can you do that? If you win that game, the LA Kings lost. You're 3 points out of a playoff spot right now with a real possibility of getting in.
Yeah.
Now the Kings lose, you lose, so you figure, oh, no harm, no foul. But it is. You're still 5 points out.
And you can't lose to that team. That's the worst team in the league.
No.
Right? You can't lose in that moment to that team and have that performance.
Carey, I knew one guy, two guys on that team. Like, I know the players,
Yeah.
I watch the games, I pre-scout and do all this stuff for my job.
Right.
But I'm talking about knowing
Right.
players.
Right.
I knew the goalie, Blackwood. I knew Mark-Edward Vlasic, old Pickles. He's been there forever. And I knew Philip Zadina. All the other guys, I was like, I know who they are.
But you don't know much
but
about them.
I don't know
Yeah.
who they really are.
And Luke Cunnin, too. St.
Well,
Louis
yeah,
guy.
Luke Cunnin, you're right. I can't forget Okunzi. And he had a goal, too. And Luke Cunnin, St. Louis kid, unbelievable kid, great family. But apart from that, like, the roster has a bunch of young kids that are not household names yet. Or maybe they'll never be. I don't know. But they beat up on you. And you could tell right away in the first period, like, the Sharks were getting pounded. But they kept working. Watching this kid Bailey out there. I'd never even seen this guy play. And this Bailey kid is out there, tall, big kid, skating, busting his butt. Then Eklund makes a play in the second period where Braden Shen has a one-timer for an open net. And Eklund dives out of nowhere, sweeps the stick underneath and pulls the puck away from Braden Shen. That's a losing hockey team, but a winning hockey player
Right.
Yeah.
who's not giving up. And I didn't see that kind of effort coming from the Blues. I didn't see the pushback. I saw frustrations. I saw players, I don't want to say giving up, but not fighting through it. So you put any word you want, attach it to that performance. There's guys that have all the talent in the world, and then as soon as there's resistance, they do something different. They find something else to do rather than fight through it. Army's got to work with this roster. Something's got to happen. Because you have a strong nucleus of winning players. We know who they are. We watch them game in and game out, and if those guys don't drag home a victory for you, you're in a bad spot.
Right.
And the nights where they can't drag home a victory for you, your other players who aren't winning hockey players can't win it for you either. So there has to be some roster adjustments made here in the offseason. I like the fact that Drew Bannister is mixing up the lines. The players haven't earned the right to stay with the same lines. They just haven't. And he's trying to find a winning combination of players together that can hopefully continue to win hockey games, because Drew Bannister, he wants to get in the playoffs. I bet he feels like his coaching career in the NHL right now as a head coach is at stake. If he gets into the playoffs, if he drags this team into the playoffs, his odds are greater that he stays on as a head coach. And so he's coaching for real. And why not put the young guys in? And I'm a big proponent now of sign Jimmy Snuggerud. Burn a year. Who cares? Get him here. You know why? It's a winning player. He wants to score. He wants to be a part of it. Toropchenko elevated in the lineup. Why? Because he's a winning player. He goes to the net. He crashes. He bangs. He blocks shots. Jake Neighbors. All of those things, too. Zach Dean, we're going to see him. He's also a winning player. And these guys, it's amazing that when you sit down and talk to them, not only do they not only are they well-spoken, but they're saying the right things. And it's not to just appease the media. These are informal conversations. These are like off the record. And these guys are talking about how they want to play, how they want to contribute, how they're going to stay in the lineup. They're saying all the right things. You talk to some of the other players, veteran guys, and they don't know what to say. I don't know. Just got to stay focused. And like, they give you, and I'm like, we're off the record here, man.
Yeah,
like,
right.
you can't fool me. I played on teams where we were terrible. I played on teams that were unbelievable. I played on teams that willed their way to winning a playoff series.
Right.
I played on teams where we pissed away a playoff series because we didn't play hard enough. Like, I've seen it all.
Is there a question? I mean, I don't even know if you can ask this question, but is there still a question of the identity? You talked about two
we
sets
don't have
of
an identity.
guys.
Carey, we don't have
Like,
an identity.
That's problematic.
We don't have an identity.
Veterans guys that are the stars, guys that are, those guys, you literally may have to pull a guy into the fight. And if you're unwilling to or unable to, or they are unwilling to or unable to, then you do have to cut ties with some of those players that are unable or unwilling to do the work that is required to be a championship team.
So, Carey, here's what would have happened in the late 90s, okay? Mid to late 90s when I came into the league, is if you had a team where you knew there were guys that wanted to avoid the battle. They liked a nice, easy game. And we used to do this. Is we would purposely wait till we got on the ice with 2 or 3 of these guys and then go start chaos. Go run the goalie, go hit somebody. Because you find out quickly then who's got your back.
Who wants to fight? Who wants to be a part of this?
Who's with me here? And you force your teammates then to man up. And when they don't, there's a tax to be paid in the locker room. There's a tax to be paid at practice the next day. That I can tell you. But we're not dragging anybody into the battle. Or guys that go into battle now, guys are not following them,
right?
Which is the problem for me. Because you do have guys like Braden Shen. He's having a down year, but I don't care. That guy can play on my team. He can. He's going to block shots, going to fight, he's going to hit, he's going to do everything he can. Jake Neighbors, Toropchenko, Oscar Sundquist. Like, these are guys that you're like, okay, how are we not getting more out of some of the other guys or even some of the younger guys? I'll put Robert Thomas in that group. He can play for my team any day. I'm watching that kid battle through a lot this year. And I'm watching him play good 200-foot hockey. Is his best all-around season yet as an NHLer. How some of the other guys aren't grabbing on to that, or how the coaching staff is, not that they're unable to coach them, they're unable to get the buy-in. That says more to me about the player than it does the coaching staff. Because I guarantee you what Steve Ott's telling these guys. I know Steve Ott. I played against him. He's a pain in the ass. He never took a night off. Drew Bannister didn't have a long NHL career, but he played hard. He was more of an offensively gifted guy in junior hockey, turned his style around, played more physical in the NHL just to stay. Like, he knew what it took to be there.
Yep.
And Mike Weber, the same thing. Webby was never the best skater or whatever, but ended up playing a long time, 400 games or whatever in the NHL. These guys know what it takes. So, again, I have to turn the focus back to what the players are not doing.
It's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Blues Oilers pregame tonight right here on 101 ESPN starting at 7 o'clock. What's trending is next.
Elevate your performance with Pure Performance, who are always your one-stop shop for all aftermarket accessories. And I just happened to be driving by Pure Performance this morning and saw a Jeep that they recently worked on. They showed me the before pictures, and I saw the Jeep sitting outside. I could not believe what they were able to do. And it was all within the budget of the customer as well. So if you have a car, a truck, SUV, even a minivan, anything you're looking to accessorize, please drive by the facility over in St. Peter's, right off of Highway 70. Pure Performance has a 25,000 square foot facility that has all the accessories you're looking for. When you walk in, please ask for Shelby. Tell Shelby that Jamie Rivers sent you in. She's going to ask you what kind of vehicle you've got. What's your budget? What are you looking to do? And while you're in there, don't forget that they have a full service garage too. So anything else that you need while your vehicle is in the shop, they can handle. So again, please stop by, check out everything. You will absolutely love it. But if not, please visit them online at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
Time to find out what's going on in the sports world with What's Trending Now. Brought to you by Goodwill. Donate a car and get tickets to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101
Press the wrong
ESPN.
I don't know, man. The button was down. You saw my finger on the button.
I just felt your loogie in my ear hole, Carey.
But you have a clear view of my finger touching the button.
You were fingering the button there, and I don't know if you did it the right way, though.
It's only one way.
Well,
The
vary.
button is one way.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only one way to.
Yeah, it depends which button. If you hit the wrong button, though, it doesn't have the same effect.
I don't hit the red one because then that'll.
That's a dump.
Right. I know.
We do that when Anthony says something good.
We never have to use it
I
then.
haven't used mine in 3 years.
Yeah, we're good. That one, we could. At one point, we'll dust it off, but not today. Go on, Mark.
Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis. It's time for What's Trending.
Good use of the button.
Thank you.
Good job.
So the Cardinals drop 3 of 4. The Blues lose 4-0. City SC blows their game. And the Battlehawks had a chance to win until Jake Bates happened to the Michigan Panthers. Hits a 64-yard field goal. Not once, but twice, actually. Got iced on the first one, hit the second one.
That was his.
really
Marshall,
worked.
he's been kicking a lot of. He's been doing really well his entire career.
He's been
He's been kicking for a long time, and so
I think.
I mean that's kind of expected, right?
Well, Carey, actually, he hadn't kicked an impactful field goal since high school.
How old is he, though?
I don't know how old he
If
is.
he's only 21, it's fine.
That's true. We just got out of high school.
I think he's probably older than 21.
Yeah, well, here's what I can tell you, is I was watching that game live, and I saw them line up for a 64-yarder, and I'm like, there's no way, and I didn't mean to be disrespectful, but I said to myself, there's no way a kicker in the UFL is hitting a 64-yarder to win the game.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason
He'd
they're
be
in the NFL. Correct.
Well, just hold on.
And so they snap the ball, and they call the timeout, and he puts it 5 yards past the goal. I'm like, oh my God, he's got 70 in his leg. So then they snap it, do it all over, and he hits it again. That guy had, honestly, probably 70 yards in his leg.
Yeah, they open the windows at Ford Field.
let the wind
They
blow.
got
It was impressive.
That's a tough loss all the way around.
The offense was not good, though. The defense was stellar in the first half.
Yeah.
The offense was not good.
So I don't know what you guys saw, but I saw a lot of the same problems that they had a year ago. Offensive line,
Yes.
especially the tackles.
Yes.
Their left tackle got beat badly a couple of times in the first half. They got pushed around. Their defensive line, same issues as last year. Their run fits, there's no rush lane integrity. I mean, they're giving up. They're getting gashed on the ground.
Is that a coaching thing or a personnel thing?
But probably both.
Okay.
At times, it's probably
a personnel.
thing. Like, I can teach you where to be. Now, when you're there, what do you do?
Yep.
Because if you're not willing to meet the running back or get off a block, shed a block,
What if
doesn't
you're
matter.
just not able to?
That's what I'm saying. If you're unable to, that's a personnel issue.
Yeah.
You're not talented enough.
But if it's a personnel issue, shouldn't the coach and the GM go find players that can?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's in the NFL. That's probably a much easier task than in the UFL. It's and not saying that they're scraping the bottom of the barrel to find players, but as you said, there's a reason that you didn't think he was going to make the kick because he's in the UFL.
Fair.
If he was in the NFL, you would have been like, oh, Justin Tucker goes out there for a 64-yard kick. You're like, it's going in. You'd be surprised if it doesn't go in. So I think that's the issue. Watching A.J. McCarron scramble in the pocket for his life was that made me nervous.
And he made plays.
He made some really. He was able to extend some plays, but you shouldn't have to.
Right.
You shouldn't have to extend plays that long because your offensive line is allowing pressure right away.
Guys, this is the first game of the year. We got to be patient.
Yeah, I don't think that Michigan Panthers team is supposed to be good, though.
So-
Like, E.J. Perry struggled.
How many teams in the league?
There are 8.
Are they doing the same playoff format as last year?
I believe so.
If so, then you can't afford to lose a game.
Yeah.
Like the Battlehawks had a good year last year and still missed the playoffs.
And I believe there was only one matchup that was XFL versus XFL this weekend because there was 2 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday. There was only one that was
There's no more
XFL.
Anthony.
the former XFL versus former XFL. Then there was the former USFL versus XFL, and all the USFL teams won.
Don't read into that, Anthony.
All right.
Maybe you should.
By the way, we got a text from the 636. What's trending is move over, Anthony. Here comes the Raging Rivers. Get him, Jamie.
Oh, wow.
Talking about the 4-0 loss to the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah. Raging Rivers. I like that.
I do too.
All right.
Had a thing at Six Flags.
Used to be.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore?
I don't think so.
No, they weren't paying me, so I had them shut it down. Cease and desist letter immediately.
Good call on that.
Big game tonight, guys. Not your Cardinals. Not your Blues.
Hey, the Blues are playing.
And the Cardinals are.
Iowa, LSU.
Oh, yeah, I
Women's
saw that.
basketball.
Caitlin Clark.
The revenge game.
The revenge game.
Who do we like more in this game? Which player do we like more? Because I feel like both of them have, like, at times publicly kind of rubbed people the wrong way.
Sure.
And I'm just wondering, like, who's really the villain and who's not in this rivalry?
I don't know that there's a villain. I think they both.
LSU's coach.
Yeah. Kim Mulkey.
She's the evil empire. Yes,
Right.
she's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yes, that might be. But I think it's exciting to watch. That's going to be a really good game.
But
Two
Carey,
really
pick
good
a
players.
side.
I'm going to go with LSU. LSU
can't
won.
just be like,
LSU beat them last year.
I just love the competition. That's a lie.
I do love it.
No, but you don't. You like winning, too.
The thing, no, I love winning.
Exactly.
I love winning more than most things.
I want
Not
you
everything, but
to
most
pick
things.
your
LSU.
horse.
I'm going LSU. Because they beat them last
I'm
year.
going Iowa.
Okay.
Just fading Carey?
Yep.
Okay.
Angela Reese.
I want you to watch that game with passion tonight.
Angela Reese had a press conference talking about how Angel Reese, I'm sorry, that they had, they don't have that rivalry off the court, but when they step onto the lines,
I think that's great.
That's when the smack talk starts. Like they are competing. So I think a lot of people just have a different perspective of her, but when they're on the court, like it's a different game. That's how it should be.
I was reading an article and they were trying to compare them like Bird and Magic, and they were like, "Yeah, well, that's not our. We're too young for that." That kind of bothered me.
They read books.
Oh, no.
They read books about those players.
That kind of like, "Whoa, am I that old?"
They're like, we learned about them in
Bird and
history.
Magic. Yeah. No, they're like, nah, we don't.
And I said Kate Mulkey. I meant Kim Mulkey.
Yeah.
Kramer
I said Kate
Robertson's
McKinnon.
mom, I believe, former Cardinal.
Kramer Robertson's mom. But really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we had her on the
that's right. I
station.
forgot that. Yeah.
We had her on one time.
Good call. All right, so you got LSU, you got Iowa. Who you got?
Ooh, I think I'm going to go with LSU.
All right, so
I got
I'll
South
take-
Carolina to win it all. So, but for this
Who do you
game,
have?
South Carolina.
Oh.
Well, let's make sure the court is okay.
Yeah, that's bad.
How do you not figure that out?
How did you not? I didn't know. No one saw that.
Whoa. How many games did they play?
Like 4 or 5.
Before. Who sat there? I even looked at it visually, and I was like, that looks off. Like, I'm watching
Way
the TV. And I'm like, that one is smaller than.
What are we doing?
And then the coaches are out there, and they're like,
They walking it off with their feet.
Like, nobody has a
Nobody
measuring
has a tape
tape.
measure.
Seriously?
The whole building.
You can download an app on your phone that you click it on the picture, and it tells you the distance. And I've done that for home renovations.
We'll need
before,
that for,
Anthony.
how
So I'm a
many-
do-it-yourself kind of guy, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring that so we can map out how many steps
Yeah,
it is
I
from
don't care
Busch
how big-
Stadium to BPV.
That's a good call. I don't care how big or how small the project is, though. You've got to go with the right remodeling company that's most rebuilding arts.
Well, unless you're doing kitchens or bathrooms or your outdoor living space, then obviously the call is E&B Granite. It's a great partnership.
And while you're doing that, enjoy some man sodas or some bourbon.
Yes.
Oh, you get dirty.
Yeah.
Let's get dirty.
out there.
By the way, I said this before, but barrel pick coming up in the fall. Angels Envy, Jamie Rivers, Dirt Cheap, all a big collaboration.
Nice.
Gonna have the barrel is called Let's Get Dirty.
I love it. All right, there you go. That's
That'd be
what's
awesome.
trending here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. So Mo says our starters will eat innings. That's why I signed them.
When?
Turns out they did not eat many innings over the weekend. Will it continue? That's next on 101 ESPN. So my wife, Chris, and I were talking. I have to get my lawnmower fixed, and I was talking to the person on the phone. I'm like, hey, where do I have to take this, whatever? And once I got done, Kristen goes, how are you going to get this thing in the car? I go, oh, don't worry. The Rogue from Auto Center's Nissan of Herculaneum, they'll fit. And it did. Plenty of space. That's not even the Pathfinder. Kristen's driving the Pathfinder, got the Rogue. It's fantastic. These Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum, they've got you covered. Whether it's a brand new Nissan or a pre-owned vehicle that is a different make, they've got them there. Over 700 vehicles all in one location. Depending on what you're looking for, maybe you're looking for an SUV, maybe you want a pickup truck, maybe you're looking for a new Nissan Altima. They've got them. Finance one for $499 down and $499 a month, and then that Altima's all yours. They can finance a vehicle for you. Financing for all credit types, good credit, bad credit. They'll finance a vehicle for you, and usually at a monthly payment that's much lower than you thought was possible. 30-day new car return promise, complimentary lifetime warranty, complimentary one-year maintenance. It's all there at AutoCentersNissan.com or out in Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Rough weekend for the Cardinals as they dropped 3 of 4 to the L.A. Dodgers. No surprise that they lost in the series, but their pitching staff, Miles Michaelis, not great. Yes, last night at least, Steven Matz pitched well. He was on an 80-pitch limit, so when he came out, things kind of fell apart, but Steven Matz at least pitched well. But the one thing that the staff did not do overall, and maybe Lance Lynn didn't have an opportunity to because of the rain delay on Saturday, but they did not eat innings. This was why you brought in veteran pitchers after what you saw a year ago. They didn't go necessarily for high strikeout guys. They went for guys that were going to eat a bunch of innings and save the bullpen. And already in the first series of the season, you had a situation where the bullpen fractured last night because it was overused in the previous three games.
When you say eat innings, I mean, where are we? What's the number? You want him to get to the seventh inning, get through
get at
the
least
seventh
six.
inning?
Got to get through 6 for me.
Get through six.
Get through
So,
six.
quality start.
Yep.
When everybody's built up and all that, yes, get through 6.
Okay.
That's my threshold.
I'm,
Give me 7
I'm,
or 8, of course, I'm going to be ecstatic with that. But
I don't know that this staff has a 7 or 8 type of.
well, Michael is
Sonny Gray.
supposed to be that guy.
That was a bad outing
I
to
understand
start
that,
the season off.
but if you look at him in the last couple of seasons, eating innings has been something that he has prided himself on. Him and Adam Wainwright both had this little inner competition for, well, not Waino's last year, but the year before his last year, where they wanted a competition of who could pitch the most innings. So it's something that Miles Michaelis wants to do. I just don't know if he's capable of doing it.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Okay, so what did you guys see over the weekend that leads you to believe that things will be different this time around? Because Zach Thompson, obviously rough outing for him. He was the only one where you kind of looked at it and said, well, I'm kind of interested to see because he's a young guy. And that went sideways in a hurry on Friday night.
In terms of just pitching or the team in general?
No, just pitching.
I didn't see much of anything that gave me. Lance Lynn, him getting out of that inning where he had the bases loaded, that to me that got me excited because I just knew, bases loaded. I think it was no outs. They're going to score at least 2 runs in this inning. Maybe it might blow up to 4 or 5, but he was able to get out of that inning and you saw emotion. That to me was probably the best thing that I saw from the starting pitchers over the weekend because and Steven Matz did a pretty good job, but that moment for me, because in years past or last year specifically, if we got bases loaded, no outs, we were going to give up 4 runs and it was going to happen quickly. And so to get out of that inning, I thought was really, really good.
Jamie?
What
made you excited about the pitching staff, if anything?
Next question.
Yeah,
there you go.
Are you serious with that question?
Yeah.
The only thing that was somewhat exciting was Lance
not
Lynn.
being serious. It sucked.
Somewhat exciting was Lance Lynn and just his blanket attitude. I like that, but still, I know there's a rain delay and all that stuff, but still only 4 innings.
Steven Matz was the only one that pitched well. In my
How long
opinion.
was the rain
Because
delay?
Lance Lynn was in and out of trouble.
He was.
I know he's 4 scoreless, great, excellent, and against that Dodgers lineup, maybe I should give him more credit. But like you guys said, he was in and out of trouble. Zach Thompson allowed 5 runs in 5 1/3. Steven Matz pitched well. I'd be interested to see what would have happened if he wasn't on an 80 pitch count. Maybe it would have been sideways, but
Ace, Steven Matz. Right. I like it.
your number 1 is on the IL.
Your ace. Right. No.
It's unfortunate, man.
Okay.
Yep. So they got the Padres now, and the Padres split over the weekend against the Giants. Tonight it'll be Kyle Gibson. We'll have our first opportunity to see Kyle Gibson in a Cardinals uniform that was in spring training. Matt Waldron will start for San Diego tonight. If you move into tomorrow night's game, you got Miles Michaelis against Yu Darvish. So Michaelis gets his next start on the road, and then Zach Thompson versus Joe Musgrove. Now Joe Musgrove was beat up a couple of times early on here. The Giants whipped them. That's going to be the day game on Wednesday. So that's how the pitching matchups wind up kind of playing out over these next 3 games against the Padres. I don't know what you do. I don't. I just hope that if this continues, you get into May and certainly June, if things aren't improving at all, I hope that they have a quick hook with these guys. Now, we'll see what Gibson does tonight.
You can't have a quick hook.
Yes, you can.
How? Your bullpen's already in trouble. You're going to end up the same freaking thing as last year.
Raging Rivers. I'm talking about DFAing Lance Lynn or DFAing Kyle Gibson.
Okay, so how's that going to help
Bring
you?
who up?
Anybody.
Thank you. So how's that going to help you?
How's it going to help you?
Yeah.
How's it going to help you to stick with the same guys that aren't going to improve, that are 36 years old?
The problem with those decisions is that you're pot committed now because you don't have.
No, you're not. Not a one-year
Anthony,
deal.
You are because you don't have anybody to come up and replace them. So halfway through the season, you DFA Gibson. Who's taking his spot?
Whoever's pitching well in the minors.
Okay, and they come in and have one good start. Then what?
Jamie,
Because that's what happened.
You
Livermore
have to
came up. He had
essentially,
one good start.
Why are we
crap.
constantly going back to the well with these old dudes?
I'm not. You're missing my point.
I guess I am. Go ahead.
My point is that the management in the front office has set this up for failure. So it doesn't matter who you DFA. You don't have a plan B for that. This is why you should have had a player that was knocking at the door for that rotation. You don't. And based upon the reports that I've seen from various outlets in the media, the Cardinals don't have that young guy that's going to push somebody out of the rotation. So now what? So if Gibson or Lynn don't produce or they end up where you can't play them, so you DFA them, great, okay? Because they're on one-year deals, it doesn't matter. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. But then if you're actually still in a playoff race at the time, what do you fill the void with? And it can't be it doesn't matter, because it does.
Well, I was going to say this. If you DFA those guys, you're not in the playoff.
That's that exactly.
You're not. You're, and if you have to
because it's
DFA
once
them,
every 5 days.
if you have to DFA them, one or two of them, you're essentially saying that the season is we're
Carey, if you're
on to 25.
If 84 or 85 wins can win you this division, you can have a pitcher that stinks and you can DFA him.
You can't have
and
three
still
of
be
them
in the
that
play.
stink.
No, I understand. I'm isolating one guy right now. Who that guy is, I don't know. But my bigger point is, never mind the playoff picture, is that you weren't set up for success if something goes wrong. There is no emergency route here for the Cardinals. They don't have Graceffo or McGree. They're not the guys that everybody's talking about coming up and taking a spot. Liberators in your bullpen. He'd have to be built up again, which I don't know how hard that would be able to do with a young guy in the middle of a season. But like, is that our pivot? Again, I blame Mo for all this.
Yeah, because it's an atrocious job.
Correct.
It's an atrocious job that he's done with this pitching staff.
Well, fellas,
And I'm not just this offseason, over the years.
It's been rinse and repeat. And that, I think, gets old after a while. You're watching it, especially you have a historic season like last season in a negative way. And then you start off this season, and the questions that were asked are the questions that we're going to ask until we see otherwise. What are these pitchers going to do? What is the starting rotation going to look like? If they are unable to give you 5 innings, what is the bullpen going to look like? Because
tattered.
It's going to be shredded, because they're going to be gassed, because because you didn't fix the initial problem. You told us you did, and again, it's 4 games. Maybe something will shift here in the next couple of weeks, and you'll see some better pitching, you'll see some better starting pitching, and you'll see less hits and less earned runs in the first 4 innings of a game. But if this is what it's going to be for 162 of these games, it's going to be another long season.
Yes, it will be. All right, let's get back into the Blues. What do we make of Bannister's lineup changes? We talked a little bit about this last hour. We'll jump back into it ahead of tonight's Blues-Oilers matchup here on 101 ESPN.
Gentlemen, there are so many exciting things going on in the world of sports. We got Major League Baseball, the NBA season's coming to an end, the NHL season's coming to an end, and obviously we've got all the NCAA action. That's why FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, is exactly who I choose to get involved with. And right now, new customers, so people who have not used FanDuel before, you're going to get $200 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet.
Yeah, Jamie, that's $200 you can use to bet on the tourney, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, and so much more. Just visit FanDuel.com/fast and make your first bet a big win.
Again, FanDuel.com/fast. You could play UConn, maybe.
Nah,
We've been telling you about UConn for weeks now, guys. I mean, come on, just jump on it.
You have.
all right.
30-0 run against Carey's Illini.
Oh, what did they?
Chalk.
All right.
Or you fade the Cardinals. Hey, it's up to you at FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com/fast, and then you can take advantage of the $200 that you can use to bet the tourney. Bet Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, and so much more. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager. Only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Blues-Oilers tonight. Pregame starting at 7 o'clock right here on your home for the Blues, 101 ESPN, the Blues Radio Network. We mentioned this in the first hour. Blues go with a different look tonight. The morning skate looked like this. Top line was Brandon Saad, Robert Thomas, and Jake Neighbors. Second line was Alexei Toropchenko, Pavel Buchnevich, and Jordan Kyrou. Third line, Kevin Hayes, Braden Shen, and Kasperi Kapanen. Fourth line, Sammy Blais, Zach Dean, who replaces Zach Bolduc, Nathan Walker. The top three defensive pairings, Nick Leddy, Colton Parayko, Torrey Krug, Justin Falk, Marco Scandella, and Tyler Tucker. So what do you think ultimately Drew Bannister's trying to accomplish by shaking things up with 8 games left?
I think he wants a little more grit in the lineup. And I don't just mean like guys that'll fight, because you got Tyler Tucker, who's been out for a while. You'd think that he'd be hungry to get in there and play some physical hockey. And Drew Bannister brought that up. He said that he wanted Marco Scandella and Tyler Tucker, a little bit bigger bodies back there, a little more resistance physically, and of course the ability to bring it physically as far as initiating the physicality. Mm-hmm. And then with your lineup, I think that he's trying to get a balanced lineup. I think that sometimes when you went top heavy with Buch, Thomas, and Kyrou, a lot of perimeter play. They're very dynamic players, and they had some legit success together, but sometimes a lot of perimeter play. And I think by moving bodies around, putting different guys in the lineup, and creating that balance, that maybe now you get some plumbers on each line, and maybe it works out better. And then you've got your fourth line where Zach Dean is going to slide back in the lineup. Sammy Blais staying in the lineup. I'm happy for Sammy Blais. Of all the Blues players on Saturday night, Sammy Blais had a hell of a game. Mm-hmm. He was a difference maker. He had 7 hits. He was disciplined. He had some good puck play, created a couple scoring chances. I really like Sammy Blais' game. And, guys, that's not easy. He'd been sitting for a long time. I think it was 9 games in a row. I've been down that road. It stinks. And the biggest challenge for the player is that when you're inserted back into the lineup, you have to make it look like you've never left. And I thought Sammy Blais did that. So credit to him for coming in and playing well, and credit to Drew Bannister for keeping him in the lineup, not just being a one and done. Because he could have kept Bolduc in there. Hey, we're going with the youth movement, But I do think that there's value in rewarding guys for good play. And Drew Bannister, to his credit, from the day he's got here, he talked about accountability. And accountability is both on a negative standpoint, like you can use it negatively. He didn't play well, so he's benched. Or you can use the accountability of, hey, he played well, that's why he's staying in the lineup. Yep. So I was happy with that. I think you're going to see a lot more finished checks tonight. I don't know if that lineup particularly works better against an Oilers team, but we'll find out.
So this is what the Blues are up against. They enter tonight's schedule 5 points behind the Kings for the last wild card spot. Los Angeles has 1 more game to play than the Blues do. Any combination of 12 points gained by the Kings or not accumulated by the Blues will eliminate the Blues from playoff contention. So it's a steep climb. So that means even if the Blues go 8-0-0 down the stretch, they collect the maximum number of points, the Kings would just have to go 6-3 in order to secure their spot. So it's going to take a complete 2011 Cardinals run coupled with the Kings completely falling apart for the Blues to.
Not necessarily.
Well, okay.
No, not necessarily.
2.2% chance to make the playoffs.
I understand that, Anthony. But if we break it down, if we go caveman tactics here for a second.
Sure. Can I do something for you?
Do that. Yeah, go ahead. Please.
There you go.
Oh, you want me to put the Blues?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You may not feel it in your Blues sack, but I think it's appropriate.
Okay.
Looking good.
Okay, so if the Blues win tonight and the Kings lose tonight, that's a 3-point gap now, which is very doable when you're talking about catching a team. That puts the pressure on the LA Kings, who are not playing great hockey. It's not that like they've strung together a whole bunch of games here. They have been all over the map. They also have struggled to find an identity. One, to start the season, then your coach got fired, and they're still struggling to find an identity under the new interim head coach. So I think that a victory tonight is imperative because the Kings are playing the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are at home. The Jets have had a little bit of a tailspin here. Yes, the pun is intended. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to want to nip that in the bud. I think that the Jets come out, have a good game. I think the Kings lose that game. But the caveat is the Blues have to win tonight. If the Blues lose this game and the Kings win, or the Blues lose and the Kings lose, and you still have a 5-point gap after tonight, now is when I'm starting to doubt that mathematically or even just anything that the Blues have a chance of sneaking in. Tonight is huge from the standpoint of winning against Edmonton and the Kings losing against the Jets. If that happens, then for me, there's a real possibility.
Can I push back on thank you.
You can always push back.
Push back a little bit. I think the glasses, when you put those on, it does something to you. I know, because when I put the red ones on, it does something to me.
You want the blue ones?
No.
See what happens.
I want to ask. You said that this team didn't have an identity when they got Berube fired. Still don't have an identity as we speak now. Why do we think that this team has a chance to make? I mean, the numbers say they have a chance to make the playoffs, but when you watch to lose to the San Jose Sharks in the manner in which they did over the weekend, why should anybody believe that this team really has the fortitude to go forward and win the games they need to win, win out at this point more than likely, and make the playoffs?
Yeah, because this is what they've done all year, and I can't explain it.
Why?
I can't explain it, Carey. You go on that losing streak, and then you come back and you pound the crap out of the Boston Bruins. And then you go on a tear again. And you beat the Oilers. And you almost beat the Avalanche. I can't explain it. Then you go and lay an egg against Columbus before the All-Star break. You lay an egg in Columbus. You lay an egg in Chicago. You don't play well in San Jose. And you don't play here well against San Jose. Carey, I don't understand either, okay? This is why some nights I just want to pound my head off the wall because I feel like that would be more productive.
This is tough to understand.
Is. So tonight's a night where the Blues will win 5-0. Like, oh yeah.
You know what? Maybe this team needs to play better teams, and in the playoffs, all the teams are good.
Well, that stinks because
the
they play a bunch of crap teams down the stretch. They got San Jose again on Saturday. Could be an epic matchup. Back-to-back with the Ducks. Sharks and Ducks.
We're celebrating
Good luck.
Anthony's birthday twice.
No. Yeah, well, if they win.
No, I'm not a Sharks fan.
I think you are.
You like everything Bay Area.
Yeah.
So stop.
I hate the Dodgers.
They're not in the Bay Area.
Well, they're in California. They're on a bay
That's
somewhere.
not even close. Okay?
They are in California.
You
They
like
are in
Tampa Bay?
California, yeah.
They're south. I get it. They're in LA.
Yeah, they're really south.
Yeah.
Whereas,
They're like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
5 hours south.
Depending on traffic, of
Yes.
course.
Could be 10 hours south.
Yes.
Yes.
Could be a whole day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Anthony.
I don't like the A's.
Nobody likes the A's.
Yeah, but
does
you
their
picked your
owner.
other team in the Bay Area, the Giants.
That's because of Will Clark.
Look, I don't care
You're
why.
a Giants fan, too?
But you did.
I was a
No
childhood,
different than when you had your Joe
childhood-
Thornton jersey. Like, I get it. There's guys that are monumental players in that area. I like Joe. Probably going to see Jumbo Joe on this trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him Anthony said hello.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
All right. Final four is set. UConn or the Fields? You know where I'm going. That's not UConn, by the way. Opposite.
Oh, wow.
The Bay Area.
Yeah,
Exact opposite.
but it's back at your campus there.
There you go.
You and the SP boys.
I'm from UConn.
Clearly.
No, you're
Kind
not.
of. Maybe.
We don't know. You might be.
Final four is set. UConn or the Field next on 101 ESPN. Now is the perfect time to remodel your bathroom, but not with anybody. With the right remodeling company. That's my friends at Mosby Building Arts. That's because right now they got their spring refresh sale going on. $1,000 off bathrooms plus low monthly payments on that. So if you're looking for a bathroom remodel, Mosby Building Arts needs to be your first call. Or if you're not in the market for a bathroom remodel, maybe you did it a couple of years ago, or maybe you're just in great shape. It's held up. How about 10% off windows? complete the upgrade for your home. New windows can upgrade the look and feel of your home, especially from a curb appeal standpoint. They've got 10% off windows or 12 months, no payments on that. Again, that is the spring refresh sale. It's going on now through April 30th, but you got to call between now and April 30th to get that spring refresh sale. 314-909-1800, 314-909-1800, or you can visit callmosby.com. But give them a call now. Get on their schedule. You're not going to regret calling Mosby for either a bathroom remodel, new windows. It doesn't really matter what the project is. There's no project too big or too small for Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals lose 3 of 4 to the Dodgers over the weekend. They'll be back in action tonight, taking on the San Diego Padres as Kyle Gibson takes the mound going up against Matt Waldron. 8:40 first pitch. The Blues lost 4-0 to the San Jose Sharks on Saturday. They'll take on the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Pregame starts at 7. Puck drop is at 8, and you can catch all the action right here on 101 ESPN. The Battlehawks lost to the Michigan Panthers in their UFL season opener, 18-16. And City SC lost to Real Salt Lake 3-1 over the weekend. The Final Four is set. It's UConn, Alabama. You have NC State and Purdue. We're going to dive into that next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
So before we dive into the UConn or the Fields conversation, Carey Davis
Yeah.
wanted to allow you an opportunity for Illinois Nation, Fighting Illini Nation, to really hear your thoughts on what happened on Saturday in that very tight 77-52 battle.
Well, Anthony, some people may say it was the 30-0 run that took place in the second half, right?
It's probably the 30-0 run.
Some people would say that.
Probably the 30-0 run.
I was watching the game, kind of in the days later on, and there's a guy, Bill Murray, who I've seen in Illinois. Like he's
So the
normally
actor, comedian.
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Ghostbusters. He's
There was
normally
another
in
Bill Murray played baseball.
Chicago Cubs gear. I got a picture of him standing next to D Brown in a D Brown jersey. This man was rooting for the Huskies. Clearly, that's what did it. Right? It's not the 30-0 run happens in basketball. We see that all the time, right? You don't see Bill Murray dressed up in UConn and cheering for the Huskies. It's not something that you expect, and I think it kind of threw our guys off. And if I were them, I would have been confused as well.
Now, did they see him in the UConn jersey?
Yeah, I don't know.
In the first half or the second half?
The 30-0 run is when they clearly
That's
glanced
when they
up.
saw him.
That's when the cameras panned to him, and they saw it.
That's terrible.
Madness.
Where's Northwestern?
It's in Evanston, Illinois.
Evanston.
North.
Right.
It's in Chicago.
That's
right?
where he is. So maybe that's where he's from. Maybe he's a Northwestern guy.
Nah, he's got Illinois gear on. He's wearing an Illinois jersey.
Maybe he's just one of those guys. Maybe he's like Drake. He just wears whatever the hell is popular.
Nobody cheers for Northwestern, so that's not a problem.
All right.
Wow.
That's a shot.
You wanted to go there.
I did.
That's why you skipped to Michigan.
I did.
It's literally why you did not, no call, no show in Michigan.
That's pretty much a mistake.
That's fine.
Made a few.
Okay, so the field is set. It wasn't just Illinois getting drubbed over the weekend. That was a surprise. You had NC State. Talk about second half. They scored 21 points in the first half. Could not hit a shot to save their lives. Came out in the second half and couldn't miss. DJ Burns was unstoppable at times. Duke got into foul trouble, and then they couldn't hit a shot. NC State 55 points in the second half, and they wound up rolling Duke 76-64. So if you're looking for that one Cinderella-ish team, it's NC State. Now they get Purdue, and Purdue took care of business against Tennessee. Hard-fought game in the first half. Things were pretty tight in the second half, and then Purdue eventually came away with the win. But you got Zach Edey on one side. You've got Burns on the other side. So that's the matchup there, and then Alabama and UConn. And Alabama continues their offensive surge. They've got guys. It's a smaller lineup. They roll with, three guards, basically. And UConn, well, they've got everybody. So UConn or the Fields?
I would actually go the field because I think the Purdue team, I know you don't want to hear that. I think the Purdue team with Zach Edey, 7'4", matches up well against Klingon and the UConn Huskies. Now, obviously, they both got to win their matchups to get there, but I think that's probably the best opportunity for any other team to beat UConn. And when I watched this Purdue team, was it Virginia some years ago that lost in the first round?
Yes.
And came back the following year and won the championship? Purdue feels like they're on that same type of track right now. And so I think that would be the best team to match up against UConn just because of how, UConn is a big team. Zach Edey is a large human being, and I think that would be the best matchup.
So, CD, as you know, our text line is very dedicated to this show, and they look for answers quickly. And apparently, Bill Murray's son is on the UConn coaching staff.
Oh, there you
Make
go.
a decision, man.
So,
Well, I think you did.
I don't like it.
if your son was coaching,
I'd probably be
you'd be,
cheering for them. All right.
Just say. I just want to clear that up.
Yeah.
Just want to clear that
Thank
up.
you to the text line.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie, for bringing it
We
to our
appreciate
attention.
it.
Thank you to the
guess.
text line. I would never have found that on my own. Let's just be honest.
All right, Jamie. Carey went with
Purdue?
the Fields because he wants Purdue. He went with the wrong answer. How about you? UConn or the Field?
You know what? At this point, I want UConn to win. I'd like to see a repeat. What's it been since 83 or something?
Yeah, it's
Am
been
I
a while.
right?
No, the Florida Gators did it.
In 05, 06,
was it that?
06, 07, something like that.
Well, hang
Joakim
on.
Noah.
Joakim Noah.
Oh, that's right.
that
Joakim
guy.
Noah. Yeah, that's right. Forgot about that team.
Can we give Alabama basketball some love too, though? They lost
Sure.
their best player. Brandon Miller got drafted last year. He was the best player. To be able to make it to the Final Four, they had some turmoil last year. They had a shooting.
I would say so.
Incident.
Yeah.
One of the players. Like, it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
Brandon
remember that.
Miller, yeah. So to be able to be here now, at a football school, nonetheless, they have done a really good job. Nate Oates has done a really good job with them.
Yeah, he's a really good coach. Honestly, they said they have surprised me. I didn't think that Alabama was going to make this run. Things have kind of set up well for them. So they got Charleston in the first matchup. Not a really good mid-major school this season. I've seen better Charleston schools enter the tournament than the one that entered this year. Then they get Grand Canyon because Grand Canyon pulled off the upset. North Carolina, just they were trying to outshoot Alabama, which didn't wind up going in their favor. And then they got Clemson, and Clemson had been on a kind of a magical run themselves. Out of all the teams in the Final Four this year, I don't think that they've had the toughest of the toughest of matchups. Taking nothing away from them.
UConn hasn't either. From the looks
Well,
of
just
things.
because they've beaten the brakes off everybody doesn't mean
they have beaten. They have
They went through a juggernaut Illinois team. They went through
look
San
like it.
Diego State, who was in the championship last year,
You said they were going to beat San Diego State by 40.
and they did.
You told me they would beat
Sorry.
them by 40.
30.
Do we think Purdue's going to beat NC State? Because I
Yes.
feel like NC State's got this
Yeah,
mojo
they're kind of
going.
a school of destiny.
Yeah, they have
right now.
14
And
losses this year.
Yeah.
Those teams usually don't make it to the championship game.
No.
So
Zach Edey's a monster. I don't know
he's
how you
a
defend him.
man. I don't know either. He's 7'4". He had 30 points in the Elite Eight game. He's going to be a problem. They're just not. People aren't big enough, which is why I think the matchup against them and UConn would be a really good game.
He missed a bunch of free throws. Maybe that's the key. At some point, you
Gets
just
away
send him
with
to the line.
fouls, too.
Yeah. He
So
does.
does Klingon. I mean, that
Yeah.
guy fouled the hell out of my Illini.
Oh yeah, that's what happens.
I mean, we had a game plan. Attack
did.
the big.
Yeah.
Get him in foul trouble. It's on the referees to blow the damn whistle.
Right.
The hell are y'all doing?
That
Yeah.
30-0 run is definitely the referees.
I mean, it was aided by that.
Honestly,
right?
what is that?
If it's
is
not
that
Bill
the
Murray, it's the referees. I mean,
in that particular moment in the Elite Eight? Has anybody ever been drubbed a 30-0 run before in the history of the NCAA?
I've never heard of
I've
it.
never seen it in.
I mean,
in
10-0
anything.
runs,
I've never-
12-0 runs.
I've seen it in
Like
high school.
right?
Hell, 15-0 runs. I've never heard of a
seen-
30-0 run.
Not in
Even
college.
by accident,
Not
you
in
get
college.
fouled and you're able to get a free throw.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was special.
I was blown away.
Again, Jamie, the referees were holding on to their whistles.
Yeah, yeah.
They swallowed the whistle. They didn't blow it.
You know what, Carey? You're right. It's definitely the referee's fault.
How
Damn
do you-
lawyer screwed him.
How do you expect? You expect them to score. They can't get to the line, and the
Yeah.
referees. Come on, he's really blocking all those shots.
At some point,
No.
you just start throwing it from half court. Like, come on.
You probably would have had better luck.
You gotta try. That's after like 15 or 18 and 0.
Just shoot one
I'd be
from
like,
half
you know
court,
what,
yeah.
guys? I'm getting
Going
to the
in
half court.
isn't working.
I'm gonna throw it. You guys get under the basket. Let's hopefully get a rebound.
Let's take the old Dame Lillard approach in the NBA All-Star game. We'll just start
Yes.
hitting them from half court. All right, it's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Should we be concerned about the offense or give credit to the Dodgers pitching? I think we could do both. We'll do that next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, it's always difficult when you get older. You know, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, things change all the time for you. And they started to change for me, too, where I just couldn't figure out why I wasn't feeling like I used to. So I took the advice of our good friend, Brad Thompson, headed into Mentality and visited with all of the staff over there, board-certified physicians, asked me questions. I told them how I was feeling. They did a full blood panel. I found out that it wasn't anything I could do to change it. I had to go to see Mentality. I was low on testosterone and a couple other vitamins that were deficient. And they put a program together for me specifically, and it has changed everything.
You know, Jamie, I'm a big fan of the right supplements, you know, protein powders and pre-workouts and all that stuff. But you can spend a lot of money, waste a lot of money on junk that doesn't help you in the long term. Mentality, this is a health program. It's not some flash in the pan, you know, quick fix thing. This is something that will help you big time. Over the weekend, in fact, so I turned 42 on Saturday.
Congratulations.
Clean, you know, thank you. We had Easter coming. We had cleaned the house. We got to get all this stuff done outside. My lawn needed a lot of work. All this, I was still going by 5 o'clock. I'm like, man, I feel great. Energy standpoint, you know, just kind of like dedication, focus, all that mental clarity when we're on air. I have felt it all with Mentality. I love the program.
Yeah, and our listeners can too. Visit either location, South County or Chesterfield. Tell them that Anthony and Jamie sent you in. They'll take care of you, I promise. It's also covered by most insurances, so don't worry about that. If you can't get there in person, visit them online. Visit Mentality at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Should we be concerned about the Cardinals' offense or give the Dodgers pitching credit? It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Guys, I think we can do both. But if you're going to lean one way or the other, Carey, where are you leaning?
Well, it was really good pitching. And
really crappy hitting?
Yeah,
okay.
So both.
What came first? No, the chicken or the egg, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to lean on the side of his good pitching.
Yeah. I mean, it was
it's
really
crap
good
hitting, okay, but look at what some of those guys were throwing.
And you were able to see when Joe Kelly came in the game, they did start to, liven some things up a little bit. So I think it was just really, really good pitching from the Dodgers. And, the hitting took a back seat for majority of that series until they were able to find some gaps and some things that went in their favor.
If this doesn't improve, this top of the order numbers, I don't care who you play, it's going to be a problem. Brendan Donovan, Goldschmidt, Gorman, Arenado, 4 for 18, 8 strikeouts on Sunday. Gorman had half the strikeouts. The Cardinals' top 4 hitters, 11 for 63, 175 in the series. They struck out 21 times. So they weren't competitive. Yeah, it's great pitching. Okay, so you tip your hat and you move forward. But the Cardinals, I believe, claim to be contenders. They think they're contenders. And if they think they're contenders, I guarantee you it's not the pitching staff that they're going to lean on. They're going to lean on their offense and those top 4 hitters. If you get beyond the top 4 hitters, Jordan Walker looked completely lost at the plate. Somebody that's constantly diving out again on sliders and pitches away.
Yeah.
If he's not doing that, he's beating the ball into the ground. Same issue he had before. I know, Carey, that ticked you off last year when they set him down because he was getting hits.
He was hitting the ball.
They saw a mechanical flaw in his swing. Mm-hmm. Looks like that mechanical flaw was not fixed. Marsh, you had asked a question earlier. Cardinals. Can the Cardinals not get the most out of their players, the guys that have moved on? Tyler O'Neill is off to a great start.
He's doing well.
MVP.
Yeah.
MVP.
He's hitting 400. So, Cardinals will be better, right? He's gonna continue this.
I'm not worried about
problem
O'Neill.
with Tyler O'Neill is that this is what he's capable of. But it's I call it the poison.
Yes.
Because you get a little taste of it and you're like, oh, wow.
Right.
This is great. Yeah. Then you don't have that same feeling for a long time because he gets injured or he goes cold. And then all of a sudden, back again with a big series of like 2 or 3 bombs and a couple of highlight reel catches.
Right.
I don't know. If he puts it all together for a year, he was an MVP candidate a number of years ago. He does have that talent. And that will, I'm sorry, Anthony, it will drive me crazy.
I'm
Not
sure
because the Cardinals got rid of him. It'll drive me more crazy about the individual that couldn't do that consistently here.
And I wonder, too, you guys have probably played with certain guys that were just better on, teams that the expectations weren't high. Carey, you when you were with the Steelers, the expectations were always high. But when you were playing with other teams, I'm sure you saw guys that kind of thrived.
Yeah, you'll see guys that wouldn't survive in other environments because the expectations are higher, the work ethic is higher. This guy is extremely talented, but might not fit in every single locker room. So, yeah, I think Tyler O'Neill's issue was just staying healthy. Mm-hmm. If he stays healthy, he is a top-tier outfielder, a damn good hitter, and can do a lot of good things for you. Do you all have any concern about the pitchers that are no longer here that are having success? Jordan Hicks being one of them, who didn't get an opportunity, got an opportunity, but not really an opportunity to be a starting pitcher. You coveted starting pitchers this offseason, and you let him walk, and he had a pretty good day, 5 innings, 0 earned runs, 6 strikeouts in his first appearance.
And Flaherty carved up a White Sox team.
Jamie doesn't care about Flaherty.
Yeah,
I don't. To me, that's like whatever.
It's the same thing as Tyler O'Neill to me.
Correct.
You already knew about the talent. Yeah. It's not like the Cardinals didn't realize what they had.
The injuries.
Exactly. The injuries piled up, and you had to move on. They traded the Orioles. The Orioles are a contender. They traded for him at the trade deadline. They moved him to the bullpen. He wasn't good. Yeah, maybe he's another guy that can stay healthy for a team that's not expected to do anything and have a decent year. I'm not worried about that. I'm more concerned about the lack of development here.
Well, the Hicks thing bothers me because this is a player that wanted to be a starter.
Right.
And they didn't give him that opportunity until they had to break glass in case of emergency.
Sure.
Right at the end, like, hey, by the way, we're going to give you a shot as a starter, but we're not really going to start you. Mm-hmm. You're going to be like an opener until we can build you up, and then it was short-lived.
Right.
So he never really got the chance. And look, this is one game. Who knows? But if this is what you can expect from Jordan Hicks on a regular basis, then you missed the boat on that.
So Carey and I talked about this, Jamie. I think last week when you had half a show for the Blues game. I do wonder with Jordan Hicks specifically if it wound up being confirmation bias for the Cardinals. They believed that he was a reliever. So when they saw him, regardless of when they gave him a small opportunity to start or otherwise, they could not get past what they saw out of him as a reliever.
I know, but that's a big problem then.
I completely agree because that's all about the
if you don't have a bigger
decision-making.
vision for your players sometimes, if you're just so pigeonholed on your own players, that's a bad thing.
But we've seen them be pigeonholed with other guys that they keep giving opportunities to.
I agree.
And then they pass on guys that wind up going and doing better elsewhere.
I agree, but a good organization has different eyeballs that are watching and see things slightly different, and they trust those people. Otherwise, like even in hockey and in football, and there's certain things where you look at it and you go, hey, you know what? I'm thinking this guy here can do this job. Here's why.
Right.
And with this front office or with this scouting staff or their evaluation committee, we'll call it, like somebody had to have said, I think Jordan Hicks, given the opportunity, guys, could be a starting pitcher. And the Cardinals give it,
Somebody shot it down.
Bob's been with us for a long time here. We'll give him a couple of games.
Right.
But we really know where he's headed. Right, guys? Get to the bullpen.
Yeah.
That's a problem for me.
It's one of many misses. One of many misses with the Cardinals pitching staff. They sold out too with the offense. This offense has got to produce. You made two big trades. Your top picks of recently, Gorman, Walker, Wynn. They got to produce. You're an offensive team now. You sold out.
I don't think they can be an offensive team. Nah.
Where did they pour their resources in? This is I'm talking about overall, right? Like Carey, we can all agree they're not a good team. So let's just full stop on that. What did they pour their resources into? Where's their money going? Where's their trades? Where are their trades going? Where do the draft picks have gone for first, second, third rounds? Up until recently, it has gone to the offense. This offense has got to care. I don't think it should be that way. But when you make two significant trades for guys that are hitting in the middle of the order, and you go back to Ozuna. You sold out for Ozuna. Gave up two pitchers in that deal that wound up being Cy Young contenders.
He hit like 40 home runs last year, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. Just might not have been a good place for him. I don't know. Some people don't fit in certain environments. He did really well in Miami and then got here and you're like, no. Goes to Atlanta, is doing really well still for them. And so some people just aren't good fits. And you made a trade. I don't get bothered by the trade because when you make a trade, it's obviously for a need in that moment. In that moment, they needed Marcell Ozuna. He just didn't perform to the level that they needed him to. Right now, the hitters, the lineup, I don't know how they're going to perform. Nolan Gorman is swing and miss right now. And that's concerning for me because if he's going to be in your lineup every single day, you don't expect him to hit 280, 320, but you do expect him to hit the damn ball over the fence. Now, if he's missing the ball more than he's hitting it over the fence, then that's problematic. If Jordan Walker can't stay off of a slider away, that's problematic. Mason Wynn, I thought he did a really good job. Victor Scott, I thought he did a really good job. If he gets on base, he's a problem. Just get him on base. I don't give a damn how you get on, man. Stick your foot out, lean into one. Whatever you got to do to get on base, because when he gets on, it's a problem. But if Arenado is not going to perform and you couple all of those issues with older pitching that is not going to get out of the fourth or fifth inning, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a long season. I don't know that there's any other answer than that.
Yeah. Nope,
which scares the hell out of me.
All right, we got the Gauntlet next. We got a returning Gauntlet contender, in Kevin. So Kevin will join us next on 101 ESPN.
Kevin. Fellas, quit paying too much for your ED meds. Stop it. We know what you're doing. The little blue pill, the gummy, all those things. And we understand. You just want to be ready come game time, but you don't want to pay too much. That's why my friends over at the Medicine Shop in St. Charles, they are your destination for cheap ED meds. They've got a generic called sildenafil for less than $2 a pill. I've seen this advertised in other places, not for less than $2 a pill. That's the Medicine Shop taking care of you. Prescription required, of course. And if you have a crazy life, lots of things going on, busy schedule, kids, sports, all sorts of things, and maybe you can't get to the pharmacy for your refills. Well, how about you have your refills and the pharmacy come to your home or your workplace? The Medicine Shop in St. Charles offers free, discreet shipping and delivery to your home or your workplace. It's an amazing program. I take full advantage of it. I use that all the time, and that's compliments of the Medicine Shop in St. Charles. So please stop by their facility as well. You'll love it. They're super, super friendly and very, very informational, and they're going to help you out in a big way. But if you can't stop by the pharmacy, at least visit them online at stcharles.pharmacy. That's stcharles.pharmacy.
Four warriors, four categories, one challenger. Can you master the Gauntlet?
The Gauntlet is powered by Master, your hometown source for business communications for more than 30 years. Visit mastor.com.
4:03, your time checker. Just switched on me.
That was a good audible at the line of scrimmage.
4:03, thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. 4:03, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. We welcome back Kevin, who beat CD last Friday in hockey. So Kevin's back for round two.
Tisk.
What's up, Kevin?
Hey, boys. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Hope you had a good Easter. Hope you had a great weekend. Who would you like to take on in round two? Jamie, Marsh, or me?
Marsh.
Oh, he's going Marsh. Okay.
All right.
Jamie had a feeling you might choose him.
Yeah, I thought Kevin might be coming for me.
Instead,
I'm leaving Jamie for the championship.
Oh, wow. Babe Ruth calling his shot.
Okay, all right. Well, Kevin, you got to get there first, my friend, and that means that you also have to knock off Andrew Marsh in the second round. Before we send Marsh to the cone of silence, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marsh.
What are you hoping for here, Kev?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I like the confidence. I do, Anthony.
Very confident.
I do. Wow. He's going to need it, though.
What do we got? I can't see the wheel.
Hockey again.
Oh, okay. Well,
And Marshy's a hockey guy.
he is.
Kevin's a hockey guy,
Kevin's
too,
a hockey
apparently.
guy, too. So,
All right.
I'm not a hockey guy, so I don't know.
No,
what
see,
that
you
makes.
won in hockey a couple
you have, yeah.
times.
Yeah, you have. Absolutely.
Sure.
All right, Kevin, as you know, you're going to get 4 hockey questions. Marsh is going to get the same 4 hockey questions today. Each question is worth 2 points unless you or Marsh ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are only worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Question 1. The Blues have scored 8 goals this season once. Which team did they score 8 goals against?
I'll take the option.
The Blackhawks, the Canadiens, or the Avalanche?
Go with Montreal.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, Kevin, question 2. Before Braden Shen, who was the last Blues player to wear number 10?
Oh, I know this. I definitely know this. I'm going to have to take the options, but I think I know this.
All right, was it Scotty Upshall, Andy McDonald, or Brendan Morrow?
Brendan Morrell.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Brendan Morrow played the majority of his career with which team?
Is that the Flyers? I'll take the options.
Is it the Dallas Stars, the Boston Bruins, or the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Pittsburgh.
Final answer?
Final.
All right, thank you.
All right, Kevin, question number 4. Name the last team the Blues swept in the playoffs. Name the last team the Blues swept in the playoffs.
The last team the Blues swept in the playoffs. I'll take the options.
The Dallas Stars, the San Jose Sharks, or the Vancouver Canucks?
Let's go with no.
Canucks, you said?
Final.
All right. Okay, let's bring back our guy, Andrew Marsh. Kevin, how you feeling?
Absolutely terrible, Anthony.
Okay. I'm glad I
I
asked.
said it with such confidence.
energy, too.
You know.
All right, Marsh is making his way back from the cone of silence right now.
Wait for you guys to say April Fools and we start over again.
I wish we could.
Damn. We take our Gauntlet serious, so we won't be doing that. Marsh, how was the cone of silence?
It was great. Got some good music in. I'm ready to go.
Jamie?
Oh, you better just drink your water.
Just drink your water. Hockey is the category today, Marsh. Hockey.
All right.
All right. Question 1. The Blues have scored 8 goals this season once. Which team did they score those 8 goals against?
8 goals, you say?
Yep. Snowman.
Oh, man. Who did
I
they
was there. I
score?
saw it.
Oh, it was the Colorado Avalanche. They had 2 hat tricks that game, I believe. So
Who got those hat tricks?
Braden Shen and I believe Pavel Buchnevich.
Oh.
I'm going to go with the Colorado Avalanche. Final answer.
You sure?
All right.
You don't seem sure, but
It's
all
a
right.
little tentative. But
Yep.
anyways, question 2. Before Braden Shen, who was the last Blues player to wear number 10?
Scotty Upshall. Final answer.
Okay.
All right. Brendan Morrow played the majority of his career with which team?
The Dallas Stars. Final answer.
All right.
Sure.
Question 4. You did say final. Hey, he said final answer.
That's right. My bad, Anthony.
Name the last team the Blues swept in the playoffs.
Swept in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Playoffs? Let's see here. Okay. Definitely wasn't in 2019. Ooh, wow.
Wow. You sounded French there.
A little Pepe Le Pew in there.
No kidding.
I want to talk to you, baby.
Going back to that 2016 run, I don't think they swept anybody in that one. is that the Hawks that series went 7 games. Dallas.
7, not 6. 7.
Seven's the number.
Wow, I'm going to use the options on this one.
The Dallas Stars, the San Jose Sharks, or the Vancouver Canucks?
No, they've been horrible against the Canucks, at least in the 21st century in the playoffs. They got swept by the Canucks, so it comes down to Dallas and Anthony's San Jose Sharks.
Not mine. Somebody's, but not mine.
Oh, stop.
I'm going to go with, it's probably Dallas. I'm going to go with the San Jose Sharks. Final answer.
Okay. All right, guys, let's go over these. Kevin versus Marsh. Let's start with that last question. Name the last team the Blues swept in the playoffs. Marsh, you went with the San Jose Sharks after hearing the options. You said there's no way in hell it's the Vancouver Canucks. Kevin went with the Vancouver Canucks. Correct answer is...
Well, it was not the Vancouver Canucks or the San Jose Sharks. And this goes all the way back to 2000, 2001. Dallas Stars.
Dallas Stars is the correct answer. So we have a 0-0 tie. As close as it's going to get. The Blues have scored 8 goals this season once. Which team did they score the 8 goals against? Kevin, you took the options. You went with Montreal. Marsh, you broke down everything that happened in that game against the Colorado Avalanche. Correct answer is...
Colorado Avalanche.
Marsh did not need the options.
Yes, Marshy.
2-0. Marsh.
I don't know.
Before Braden Shen, who was the last Blues player to wear number 10? Marsh barely listened to the full question, said Scotty Upshaw.
Yeah, go.
Kevin said Brendan Morrow.
Now, Marshy, we already know you didn't use the options, and we know that Kevin did.
Yes.
Here are the options. I want to know if you would have changed your mind. The options.
9. Actually.
The options are Scotty Upshaw, Andy McDonald, or Brendan Morrow. Would you have changed your mind using the options?
No.
Okay.
I think I still would have went with Scotty Upshaw, but now that I think of it, maybe he was number 9, but I thought he was number 10.
Correct answer is...
It's the up dog, Scotty Upshaw.
It is Scotty Upshaw. So we have 4-0 lead here for Marsh. Brendan Morrow played the majority of his career with which team? Kevin, you said the Pittsburgh Penguins. Marsh took about half a second, said the Dallas Stars. Correct answer is...
The Dallas Stars.
Kevin.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
Kevin.
Poorly, that's not the word for it, boys. I'm sorry.
You know what? It was a real Illinois Fighting Illini effort against UConn. You know what I mean?
Wow. First half or second half?
You know what happened. Kevin, thanks for listening. Thanks for playing. And better luck next time, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Kevin.
Thanks, Kev. Take care, bud.
Out of all the categories, I don't want you in hockey. Like, you remember, you've got a freak mind with that stuff. You remember who scored what goal, who had the assist, which lady was in section 105 eating popcorn.
He remembers all of that.
Yeah. What was the Scotty Upshaw thing? Why did you ask me if I wouldn't have?
I don't know.
Well, because in true fashion,
Yeah.
you know, the way the questions are sequenced, right? The very next question following that was Brendan Morrow played the majority of his career. So I thought to myself, would that have changed?
It didn't shake Marsh at all.
The up dog did wear number 9, though,
So
when he came back on his PTO.
He did wear 10, yeah. Okay, there was a little confusion there when you started to say that, but I was like, I'm pretty sure he wore number 10.
Marsh was,
when he
quite
tried to
frankly,
wear it the next
unshakable.
time, who had it? Somebody else had it. I forget.
Was it Steve Ott?
Yeah, Otter did wear... I thought Otter wore 29 with us, didn't he? Or no, he wore 9 with us.
I think you're thinking of Kyle Brodzinski.
Oh, God. Otter wore 9 with us. And he wore 29 with Dallas. All right, as you were, Anthony.
Okay. Nolan Arenado.
It's a good discussion, okay?
Yeah, no,
We're just
totally is.
talking.
Yeah, I was
Don't
just
poo-poo
listening.
on it.
I didn't poo-poo on anything.
Who'd you say?
Well...
I didn't hear who you said.
He said the Illini.
Arenado. That's what I said.
Had a bad effort.
Arenado had a rough effort over the weekend. Other players did as well. Zach Thompson, Miles Michaelis.
You can just pick a name out of a hat.
Sure, Jordan Walker.
Okay.
Might pale in comparison to somebody else who struggled for the Cardinals. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Cheap, fun.
Let's get dirty. Over at Dirt Cheap, they are your one-stop shop for all things parties, as they should be. Whether you're planning a big get-together, maybe just a little family birthday party, a small event, or it's just for yourself and your family just to sit back and relax, Dirt Cheap has amazing selections in beer, wine. They got the vodkas. I was just over there, actually just on the weekend, and popped by and said hi to them over there and was asking them some questions, and they just have the right answers and they got the right prices. That's the best thing about it. And I left there with probably more than I should have, but there's no way I was leaving that stuff there, especially the good old bourbon, with that kind of a price available. And if you, for some reason, don't have the opportunity to get by one of the Dirt Cheap locations, which you really should, but if you don't worry about it. Dirt Cheap has you covered. They've got the app now. Download the Dirt Cheap app, and you can order anything you need online on the app, and you can either pick it up at the location that you desire, or you can have it delivered to your home, which is a massive convenience for some people that are busy schedules, last minute celebrations, you forgot about something, you need a bottle of wine. Just get on the app, order it, have it delivered to you, and that's compliments of my friends over at Dirt Cheap. So please stop by the locations if you can. If not, download the app. You're going to love it. And remember to have fun, but be careful out there.
With it being April 1st, we do need 4 new listeners to draft for Bet the Board. Marsh is coming off his first win.
John Marshy.
First winning month for Andrew Marsh. So
Thank you.
If you want to have the first pick potentially and take Andrew Marsh or Carey, Jamie, or me, just text in now to the Air Comfort Service tax line 314-399-9646. You can text in BTB, Bet the Board, whatever you want. Have an opportunity to take, again, play this month here in the Fast Lane. So, several Cardinals players had rough outings in L.A. Perhaps no Cardinal struggled more, though, than Ollie Marmol. Is it fair for fans to criticize Ollie Marmol and his decision-making over the weekend? I would say, yeah. It started right away. It started with bringing the infield in the first game of the season, in the first inning. It continued with some of his strange decisions, like with the lineup and resting guys like Mason Wynn in the first weekend. Now, maybe some of these decisions aren't all him. So maybe they just planned it out where they're going to have days off no matter what for certain guys.
Sorry,
but it makes no sense whatsoever.
With 3 games into the season.
3 games.
Come on.
Like, no one's that tired. Especially not at 22. Do you know what I was doing?
Yeah, I was going to say, trust me.
What were you doing, Carey?
At 22 years old, I required an hour or 2 of sleep to operate. At 22,
it's not healthy.
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine. And I never asked to have a night off, like on or off the ice. Always.
Why would you ask for a night off the ice?
I just take one.
Maybe
What
I
are you doing, guys?
Maybe I worded that wrong, or maybe I didn't. Either way, I wasn't tired, like ever. Let alone
No.
2 games
I
in
don't,
the season.
guys. I'm struggling here a little bit with like. All right, it was the first weekend series. It was against the Dodgers. I did not expect.
Not when it's a manager.
But come on.
No. When you're a manager, this is your managerial style has already been developed. Like you're 3 years into it here. Just because it was the Dodgers on the first series of the season, like I could say that for the players. Still knocking some of the rust off. Spring training wasn't great. This, that, whatever it is.
Yeah.
A manager, nothing that never changes. The way you manage the game it doesn't change.
Well, you should evolve, but I agree.
Evolve, but I
agree with a philosophy.
Yeah, like it's not like Ollie was rusty in his first series. Like,
right. Yeah. To me, it goes back to. I haven't played in a long time, right? But when I used to play blackjack. You sit there at the table, and you always used to have somebody that would go back and forth between hitting his 16s and not hitting his 16s.
Driving crazy.
Or splitting
tens.
It never split tens. But, so one time someone would do it, next time he wouldn't. Inconsistent play.
Depends what the dealer's showing.
Well, I mean, it does because that's the game. But you know what I mean? Like sometimes no bus card up, 16 up one time. I got to feel.
Yeah.
And you screw up the whole table.
I don't care if you hit or not. Just do it consistently, right? So you kind of get a feel for it. It's not unlike Ollie. What is your feel for the game like? What do you fall back on? What's your overall philosophy? He's not the guy that's stepping into the box. Carey, you bring up good points when you talk about that. He's not the guy that toes the rubber. But he is the guy that is making certain decisions to supposedly help his team win or lose games.
Yeah, I think I know Jamie after the first game was he just did not understand it, and none of us could.
I was hopeful.
Bringing the infield in.
I had the glasses on.
Well, you were trying to figure out why that took place. And then, again, we talk about those are questions that I think people should be asking. Like when your reporters are post-game, pre-game, those questions should be asked. Those questions should be answered. Because Mason Wynn, as Marcia said, had 2 hits the night before and then had the next day off. This is a young man. You talk about confidence and baseball being a streaky game. If I got 2 hits the night before, I definitely want to trot back out there the next day to try my luck to see if I'm on to something, if I figure something out. I don't want to take a day off. And I'm 23 years old. I don't need a day off. So some of those questions, and then you put in the lineup. I was watching a graphic. It might have been on Sportsman. I don't know what it was. It was like the lineup you put out the day before had 423 and under. And then the next day, when you had Crawford and Matt Carpenter, like everybody was 35 and up. Like what is to gain from that?
Doing?
Yes. It should be the other way around. If those are your starters, you give the 35-year-old a day off after playing 2 games.
They'd be tuckered out after one game.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's just the need to have certain people play. You promised that you were going to get these guys an opportunity. But as a coach, as a manager, your job is to not only manage the game, but manage personalities. Hey, Brandon, you know what I told you? You were going to play today? Young boy had 2 hits last night. He's going to go again. I don't care how you feel. And as a professional athlete, we have pride. But if you tell us and let us know what's going on, we're professional and we can accept it. I might not like it, but I will accept it.
Especially a veteran guy like that. Coming towards the end of my career, I knew what was going on at times. I knew no matter how good I played on a certain night, the next night the young guy was going.
Correct.
But it helped tremendously when it was communicated the right way.
Right.
And so the flip side of that, too, to your point, is you got a young guy that had a good game. Why do you not let it ride? Why would you put any kind of a break in place?
Or sow any doubt in his mind?
Whatever it is.
Like you don't, as a young player, it's hard to gain confidence. You get 2 hits in a major league game, you're like, ooh, okay. I can do this. And then the next day you're sitting watching, even if you were told you're like, well, that doesn't. It doesn't.
You get
add
in your
up.
own head sometimes.
Yes.
It happens, man.
So I didn't like that notion, that idea at all.
And you don't think Crawford's ready for a pivot? Like, he's a veteran guy.
Right.
Yeah, right.
It's not like the whole league was lined up to sign him.
Right.
He knows. If Ollie said, hey, Crawford, hey, kid had a great game, we're going back to him, he'd be like, yeah, I got you, Skip.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
No worries.
Nobody's
I'll be
mad.
available if you need me.
Yes.
Dude's got 3 World Series rings.
Yeah,
or
he's
2.
done
He's got
it.
2 World Series rings.
And a few Gold Gloves, 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4.
He's not going to
He
get
knows what's
rattled
up.
at this point.
Matt Carpenter knows what's up.
Yeah.
You didn't need to get Marp's bat into the lineup.
No. Not one bit. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We will be broadcasting live from Budweiser Brewhouse inside Ballpark Village this Thursday for opening day. By the way, before I read the rest of this, actually, I'll read the rest of this. I'm nice guys. So the home opener finally here will be set up. I'm just thinking out loud right now. You're getting a peek at my thought process, which is really scary. I know, Jamie. The opening drive, BK and Ferrario and us, the Fast Lane. Hey, they fixed my copy. The Fast Lane, all coming to you live this Thursday from Ballpark Village. Our opening day broadcast brought to you by Swiss Air Heating and Cooling, Holiday World and Splash and Safari, and by Budweiser. So here's my question, you guys. Let's say they drop. They got San Diego now. Let's say they drop 2 of 3, or let's say they get swapped, 1 of the 2. Do you think there's any way the home crowd's a little less on?
A little light.
No.
Little
on
light
opening
on
day?
Thursday?
No. Not on opening day.
I wouldn't think so, but
No way. Opening
Friday
day.
and into Friday, and especially if the performance is terrible.
could you imagine
It won't be.
the message that would be sent?
Yeah, but at the
That would
flip
be the
side of
time
that,
to make a
though,
message.
the flip
Send a
side of that is, like, if I'm a Cardinals fan, which I am, like, I'm going, man. Like, I don't care about the message at that point. Like, opening days are a big deal here.
Yeah.
And you're taking off work or you're sick, wink, wink, and you're going to the game, you're bringing your kids, you're going with your buddies, your family, whatever it is. It's always an experience to be there on opening day. I understand the thought of sending a message. I think that if they don't play well, the message will be sent soon enough.
Yeah.
But again, the problem that lies in this whole thing is that there are so many loyal Cardinals fans that will continuously show up to the ballpark
Regardless.
because they love their team. They love going to the ballpark. They love the experience. And it sucks that the only message you can send is by, like, not going.
Right. But
I agree. But
I do want to. Here's a text from the 314. Didn't the old man lineup win though? They won that game with the old man lineup. That's his words or her words. That
Send
was
them out
probably the worst
Trot
thing that could
him out
happen.
again, then.
No,
I think
you got to trot about again.
No,
You know
That's
what?
the
This
wor-
texter's onto something.
No.
You should have done that last night.
Only thing
the
that-
world could have
No.
seen.
send the young guys down.
The Matt Carpenter,
you just need Joe Kelly to be on the bump. He forgot.
Quit
who
taking
he was
shots at my guy, okay?
playing. No, he didn't
Jamie
perform
loves
well.
Joe.
I love Joe
He's
Kelly.
gotta love those glasses, but
He's still
great performance.
Jamie still has a room in his house set up just for Joe Kelly.
Yeah.
You and
hoping
him?
that he'll come
I
back.
did.
at
You
some
and Joe?
point.
I thought that he was going to come back here, so I had an extension put on the house.
Yeah.
Had him a nice room.
Wasn't cheap either.
No, it wasn't.
Spent some money.
I got him a couple of those
Why do you think he's working all the time?
Matador jackets and some
Yeah.
sombreros for him because I know he likes that stuff. I was a little hurt that Joe didn't come back to
Yeah,
us.
decided to go with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, boy.
Why would you
talk
go
about
there?
taking the easy way
Right,
out?
right.
You know what I mean?
Didn't want to be here.
Didn't want to be here.
So they didn't want him.
And Marsh,
Still
as we
available for
know,
you, Joe.
the only way you're going to get signed here by the Cardinals is to literally tell them that you want to be here.
Yeah.
It's the truth. What happens first? We'll play that next. 314-399-9646. If you have a what happens first question for us, that's next on 101 ESPN. I love Green Envy. I mowed the lawn for the first time this spring, and man, it was high and it was green. My lawn, Jamie, my lawn was high and green. Green Envy only uses products that are formulated for Missouri soil, weather conditions, and turf types. And when I look at my lawn right now, and it's the springtime, so warm temps, rain, a lot of weeds, a lot of crabgrass. But I know in a short order of time, Green Envy will have those areas looking perfect. They'll be perfect when it comes to the grass growing under, the weeds under control. That's what Green Envy does. And if you go to the hardware store like I did way back in the day, because I've been using Green Envy now for over 10 years, if you're used to going to the hardware store and wasting a bunch of money and wasting a bunch of time thinking, I'm going to have my lawn looking great, you're probably using products that are cheap, generic, and they don't work. So go with the professionals. Green Envy deploys a special crabgrass preventer that's, kept the weeds from overtaking everyone's yards, including my own. They have service professionals. They're commercially licensed applicators. They're, fantastic when it comes to certain times during the year, making sure they use preventative measures to making sure that your lawn looks great all year long. So give them a call at 636-757-1600. 636-757-1600. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's Green Envy.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update, driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals lost 3 of 4 this weekend against the Dodgers. They'll take on the San Diego Padres tonight, 8:40 first pitch, as Kyle Gibson goes up against Matt Waldron. The Blues lost over the weekend as well to the San Jose Sharks, 4-0 the final score. They'll take on the Edmonton Oilers tonight. You can listen to that right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 7. Puck drop is at 8. Also this weekend, the Battlehawks lost to the Michigan Panthers 18-16, and City SC lost 3-1 to Real Salt Lake. We're going to play What Happens First coming up next. So if you have a What Happens First statement you want to send us, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. What Happens First coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff. Find new roads and shop 24/7 at londoff.com and londoffautoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
We'll have Bet the Board at the end of the show today, but with it being a new month, we have to have a 4-person draft. We do this every first show of the month. So we have Adam in first. Adam's got the first selection today. Adam, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing great. Congratulations on the first overall pick. Would you like
Thank you.
Andrew Marsh? You're welcome. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, or me for Bet the Board this month?
I think I'm going to take a note out of your guys' book and ride the hot guy and take Andrew Marsh.
Yeah, you are, Adam. Well done.
Thank you.
So
There you go.
Let's go.
You have Marsh
Well
coming off
said,
the
too.
victory in March. Nice job. All right, Adam, you got Marsh this month. Congrats.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing.
How's it feel?
Yeah, how's it feel?
Feels good. Feels good. I'll probably come in last this month.
That's kind of how it goes.
That's kind of the trend.
Yeah.
I think Anthony, you're up to win this month, right?
I didn't
Probably
finish
your turn.
last month, but I'm still 0 for gopher in this whole thing. Yeah.
It's your turn.
Jamie, it's gone in order, right? Jamie's one, Carey, then Marsh.
Yeah, you're up next.
Yeah, I'll probably get skipped to go back to Jamie. All right. Stop over me. All right, what happens first? Go ahead, Marsh.
All righty. From the 618, what happens first? The Pirates lose a game or Nolan Arenado hits a home run?
Nolan Arenado.
Pirates lose the game.
Pirates lose.
Nolan Arenado hits a home run.
Tonight?
No.
Pirates aren't losing.
No. You think they're going to keep winning?
Yeah.
They are on a pace for 162-0.
Yeah, they are. And they're winning today.
Who do they play?
Washington. They're up 3-1 right now, bottom of the 6th.
Oh, well, they're already
That's why
playing.
you're so cocky about it.
Yeah.
Don't act like you know something.
I know that they're up 3-1 and they're 4-0.
And I know that they'll lose before Arenado hits a home run.
I doubt it.
Even if they go 10 in a row, I still think that that's the play.
Pittsburgh right now is better and more interesting than our St.
They're
Louis
leading the
Cardinals.
division.
Yes, they are.
They're exciting.
Now, do they typically do this?
Yeah.
They did last year,
They
too.
typically do this. Yeah.
They did it last year.
Then they dropped, but still not lower than the Cardinals.
But, yeah, true. No, I'm going to go with the Pirates. Or I'm going to go with Nolan Arenado.
There you go.
Hitting a home run before the Pirates lose.
All right. From the 618, what happens first? The Cards win a series or the Battlehawks win a game?
Battlehawks win a game.
Oh, yeah.
They'll do so on Sunday or Saturday. So their home opener.
The Cardinals don't beat the Padres. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. And then they have, who when they come home?
Marlins.
The Marlins. Marlins are 0-4, right?
Yeah, they're due.
But you can't beat Skip.
No.
I mean, come on.
No. Skip owns you.
Yep.
So
Skip hasn't won a game yet this year, fellas.
Battlehawks are going to bounce back.
Yeah, they are.
Should have won on Saturday.
They didn't.
Some kid closed his eyes and kicked one from 64 yards out and drilled it twice. So that's not going to happen again. Not at the Battle Dome. No. The Cardinals aren't winning a series before. They'd have to win the Padres series. Well,
They can beat the Marlins.
technically they can win the Marlins series. So, yeah, no, Battlehawks. Battlehawks on Saturday.
My goodness.
From the 636, what happens first? Ollie Marmol gets fired or Drew Bannister gets the full-time head coach spot?
I guess I got to go Ollie getting fired because I don't think Drew Bannister's going to get the head coaching gig.
Unless they just win everything out and win the Stanley Cup like you predicted. And then, yeah.
Yeah, so Ollie's going to get fired before that.
Yeah.
He just signed a 2-year contract extension.
Right.
He'll be here.
Yeah,
He's not going anywhere.
I think we would play the numbers on this.
This lineup game is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Every day.
Who's getting arrested today? I mean, they got to be really tuckered out after.
Arrested? I think they're looking for Reishi Rice.
Well, why? He only got into an accident and fled the scene while carrying around stolen cleats from a charity.
It wasn't him, clearly.
Clearly.
That's-
But it's always a great idea to just flee the scene anyways, Carey.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not
Kinda.
involved.
If there's alcohol involved, and you are
But all of this was on camera.
Did they see his face?
Yeah, clear.
They saw his face?
They saw, you can see
Or
the
they say
video of
a
him
face.
running away.
A face.
Well,
Because I got a
Pull
friend
up
that
the
looks like
video.
me. I don't, but I can find one.
You got Chris Carter's advice.
So fall guy.
let's just say he's in trouble.
Hey, that was dumb.
That was really stupid.
From the 636, what happens first? The Steelers have a losing season, or the Lions or Cowboys win a Super Bowl?
Steelers losing season.
Lions or Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Steelers are never going to have a losing season. Mike Tomlin's still the coach?
Yep.
Okay, we're good. Now, we would like to have winning seasons with championships at the end of them.
Right.
But
But
I'm not going to have a losing season. Did you see our quarterbacks?
I did see those guys, yeah.
Okay. Were they better or worse? Are they better or worse than the quarterbacks from last year?
Better.
All right. That's all I need to know. Don't say anything else.
Okay.
Next question.
All
All right. Fair enough.
From the 314, what happens first? The Blues trade Jordan Cairo, or the Cardinals trade Paul Goldschmidt?
Blues trade Jordan Cairo.
Can we switch that with Nolan Arenado? Nolan Arenado.
Wow.
That's up to you.
Carey's really turned on Nolan.
No, I'm not. No. But if it continues, if it does, it seemed as though there were talks of him not wanting to be here last year, towards the middle of the season.
No, he just couldn't focus because he was being asked to be a leader. It's different.
The old leadership quality that ruins your game.
He was tuckered out from all the young guys.
It does take a lot
Clubhouse.
out of you.
Even though they have more young guys this year.
Yeah.
But they don't play every
But they
day,
also
so-
have more older guys, so it balances out.
You think that's the way it works, huh?
Yeah.
It's good thinking.
I think Arenado's like, hey, where's all the old guys? And Mo goes, you know what? I'll get you some oldies.
Get some real old guys.
Yep. You like salsa, Nolan? I got the guy.
He loves that salsa.
I don't think that equates to wins.
I signed somebody. Used to play for the Giants.
The Mad Bum?
Nope. I don't know why.
Speaking of Mad
I don't know
Bum.
why Carey backed out. That's so funny.
Speaking of Mad Bum. Mad Bum was DFA'd last year from a team that went to the World Series.
Yeah, no, he's done. He was terrible.
Yeah, I know. But we're talking about DFAing guys. Like, if you're DFAing a pitcher,
Right.
you're not in the playoff
That
race.
team was really good. And then they signed
they?
the pitcher.
Yeah.
The pitcher that was here. They traded for him.
Who?
And then they won a championship.
Who's that?
His name's Jordan. His name Montgomery. He was actually available up until
That guy.
about a week
yeah,
ago.
but they just got him this year. They didn't have him last year.
Oh,
It's way different.
okay.
Last one here. This one's really good. From the 314, what happens first? The Blues get a second line center, so Buchnevich and Shen can stay on the wings where they belong, or the Cardinals get a top of the line number one starter, so they have a 1-2 punch.
The Blues thing.
The
Blues,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. You could have started with the Cardinals thing, and then whatever you said for the Blues, I would have just said Blues.
Yeah.
There's no savior coming for the Cardinals. He ain't going to pay for one.
He's
And
coming
they
to
ain't going
save
to
you.
develop one.
You're on your own.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no development. They don't have a pitching lab. What are they supposed to do? Just,
Right.
throw them out in the field somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dodgers got these guys created in a lab.
Yeah, they're
Is it like
having
the lab that the Russian in Rocky IV was created in?
Yes, that's
Is it
exactly
similar?
what it
the
is.
Dodgers are cloning pitchers. They had Randy Johnson visit their facility not too long ago. They extracted DNA, and in 17, 18 years from now, they've got another pitcher on the way. It's going to come out of nowhere. So imagine, the pitchers that they have now, that's the DNA of some of the guys who were even before.
How do you think they got Clayton Kershaw? That was Sandy Koufax's DNA.
Totally. 100. You see, you're onto it, Anthony.
Yeah. Well, thanks to you.
We need to start cloning here.
Absolutely.
In St. Louis, although don't think it's in the budget. We don't have that Bally's money anymore after this year.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ballpark Village is raking, but hey.
No, why would you say that? One cardinal away. Can't even find a spot to live there. Times are tough.
How will they make ends meet? Lineup game next on 101 ESPN. Time to play the lineup game for the Cardinals against the San Diego Padres. Cardinals limp into this one. 1-3. Padres 3-3 on the year. It'll be Matt Waldron, the right-hander, against Kyle Gibson.
All right, I'm excited.
Come on, Gibby.
Kyle Gibson making his Cardinals regular season debut
go.
tonight at 8:40. All right, boys. Let's do this. Matt Waldron. Who's he squaring off against?
Was he a lefty or righty?
He's a righty.
Oh, this is Brendan Donovan. I mean, it's been working so far.
It's good.
What?
It's Brendan Donovan. It needs to be Victor Scott at some point.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Show me Brendan Donovan.
Donnie.
Hey, this headband's pretty cool.
There we go.
Oh, this is chalk.
Go ahead.
Paulie G. Paul Goldsmith.
Yes, say show me.
Show me Paul Goldsmith.
It's okay.
Chalk. Yeah.
Get my tub of chalk.
Marshy holds us to a high standard.
I do apologize,
Yeah.
sir.
It's okay.
It's kind of like when you're playing baseball, look down, Bannister's always got the indicator sign.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the indicator sign.
Okay.
Marsh is disciplined with this.
All right.
All right, 3. Gorman.
It's got to be Gorman, right? I mean, he's not knocking the cover off the ball, but there's
Right.
always a chance.
Absolutely, Jamie.
Run into one.
Show us Nolan Gorman.
Get your fresh organic popcorn.
Get your popcorn ready.
All right, guys. Show us Nolan Arenado.
He's a Gold Glove winner and perennial All-Star.
Oh, listen to Mr. Gold Glove over here.
Come on.
All right. It's your guy here, I think.
Yeah, it's got to be.
gotta
Show
be
us Wilson Contreras.
Big Willie.
Big Willie style.
DH.
No.
Catches mid. Check.
They're less funny when they're losing.
By the way, Carey, we had a rule last year. If you did not get a base hit,
Yeah.
your sounder just simply didn't.
Really?
Didn't play.
I think we bring that
because they,
back.
they
I'm okay with
said,
that.
Ollie said, you hit, you play.
Yeah.
And so we were
hit,
like,
we
if,
play.
If you hit,
Yeah.
we play.
There
If
you
you
go.
don't hit, we don't.
Well, actually, that's not the case because one guy did hit and he didn't play.
Yeah. It's weird how
New year.
Times change, Fox.
Yeah, you're the starting quarterback now. All right, Jordan Walker here. Should we walk it like it's hot, gentlemen?
Is he tired, though?
He might be, but
He's played one in a row.
No,
Yeah,
that's
he
not.
is.
That's going to be. That's the 6 hole. Walker is 7. So this has to be Burley.
Oh, Burley. That's right. Good call. Well, go ahead, Carey. You
Is it
saved
Burley,
us.
though?
I mean, who else is
Yeah,
it going
he's
to
the
be?
best player on the
I
team.
mean, it could be Matt Carpenter, actually, but I don't know.
I mean, Marp, revenge game back in San Diego.
Yeah,
No?
he's right. Show us Alec Burleson.
There you go.
No.
No way, it's not Marp.
It might be.
No.
Why wouldn't it be?
Or is Contreras a DH and this is Herrera? And they did that a couple times last year, remember?
Yeah, but not 6, right?
I don't know.
I don't think you don't think it's Jordan Walker. I don't think it's
Jordan Walker.
It's Marp? It's got to be Marp.
Go ahead, Jamie. Yeah, go ahead, Jamie.
Show us Matt Carpenter.
On behalf of the veterans and new leadership.
Salsa, where's the salsa? No salsa.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
All right. 7.
Wait, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm
Anthony, this is where you like your Walker. The 7 hole.
Yeah. Show us strikeout like it's hot, Walker.
What's his angle?
What angle?
Launch!
Launching now.
All right.
8th would be Victor Scott. Go ahead.
Show us Victor Scott II.
Great Scott.
Too fast.
Focus. Speed. I am speed.
Might be my favorite one. Lightning McQueen.
Lightning
does it
McQueen.
for me. Yep.
Is this our guy Mason Wynn?
Should be. Go ahead.
Hope he's not too tired.
Yep.
Show us Mason Wynn.
I'm watching the Futures game and this thing's all over Instagram. It's like, this guy threw a ball 100 across the time. That's awesome. But like, how many throwing errors does he have?
Shut up.
That was good.
I
Yeah.
love that.
All right, Marsh, run it.
All right, leading off in left field, Brendan Donovan. Batting second, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Batting third, second baseman Nolan Gorman. Your cleanup hitter, third baseman Nolan Arenado. Batting 5th, catching Wilson Contreras. Batting 6th, the designated hitter, Matt Carpenter. Batting 7th in right field, Jordan Walker. Batting 8th, center fielder, Victor Scott II. And batting 9th, the shortstop, Mason Wynn.
Back. Stay fair! Stay fair! Go fair! Go fair!
I don't believe what I just saw. Home run.
Nobody has one yet, do we?
No, but in defense of us, Cardinals only have one.
Yeah, and we didn't have that guy.
Serious, and we didn't have Goldie.
We didn't have Chalk that day.
That was us. The rest was Cardinals.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're still in the same order that we were before, so Marsh, go ahead.
I'm going to go with Matt Carpenter.
Oh, you son of a batch of biscuits.
All right, Matt Carpenter.
I can't believe you just did that.
If he hits one, that would be 3 points for Marsh.
Yes.
That's why
It's a 3-pointer.
I wanted to be all over that.
I'm going to go with tier 3 as well. I'm going to go Victor Scott II.
Victor Scott is off the board. That's a 3-point attempt.
Hitting the ball pretty well.
For CD, he is.
Okay. You know what? Brendan Donovan. I think he's got a leadoff home run today.
Brendan Donovan would be a 3-point play.
Oh, we are just going for it, huh?
The 1-point plays haven't paid off. So. Good luck, Anthony.
Mason Wynn.
Oh, man.
Which would also be a 3-point play. Let's do it, boys.
Let's
get a little fun. Mason Wynn does have one home run against Matt Waldron. So,
was it at the major league level?
It must have been.
Doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be, but the site I'm looking at would indicate that that's.
Well, the site you're looking at shows nothing about baseball.
That's
right
it.
now.
No. I clicked off that site.
And I would have to advise you to not use the word computer for that.
I told the engineer I was looking at that earlier.
He said it was, I got a virus over here.
Yeah.
I wonder how you got
virus.
Because you weren't protected.
Right.
That's why you got that virus.
Exactly. Very true. Yeah. Yep. Did it anyways, though. Okay.
Surprise.
There's your lineup game. What positives can we take away from the... Really, Marsh? Really? You going to talk about positives?
Come on.
Everybody lost. Blues lost 4-0. The Sharks, worst team in hockey. Cardinals got drubbed. Battlehawks lost on a 64-yard field goal.
Who else?
Freaking City blew it. All right, we'll talk about the positives from the weekend next. UConn won on 101 ESPN.
Well, gentlemen, we were just talking about home runs and the long ball and all that stuff. Moonshots, some call them. Well, with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, they've got something they call Dinger Tuesdays, and you're going to love it because what that means is Dinger Tuesdays are back for another season on America's #1 sportsbook. Just bet on a player, Carey, to hit a homer, and FanDuel will give you $5 in bonus bets for every home run hit during that game.
As if you needed another reason to love the long ball, pick a guy. I picked Victor Scott. Maybe you want to follow me. That's a good bet. Maybe not. Maybe you want to fade me. Just visit FanDuel.com/fast to get in on all of the Dinger Tuesday action.
You know you're watching the baseball games. If you want to bet on them as well, bet on home runs. Again, FanDuel.com/fast. And you can make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. Bonus issued non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $25 per game. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Before we're forced to talk about the very small list of positives for St. Louis sports teams over the weekend, we got to get to our second round here for the Bet the Board month of April. We welcome in Gavin. What's up, Gavin?
What's going on?
Not much. Welcome to the program. Thanks for playing. Thanks for listening. Adam took Marsh, so you're left with Carey, Jamie, or me for the month of April. Who would you like to take?
Let's go, Jamie.
Jamie Rivers off
baby.
the board.
Let's do this.
Gavin.
Yeah, let's go.
Good call, Gavin.
All right, Gavin, you have Jamie Rivers for the month of April. Congrats.
Let's do it, Jamie.
All right, you got it, brother.
There you go. All right. So,
How you doing, guys? Thanks.
You too, thanks,
buddy.
Gavin. So Adam took Marsh, Gavin just took Jamie. That leaves Carey and I for the final two selections.
Rounding up the rear.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, it happens. All right, Marsh, you would like to talk about some of the positives. Why don't we start with the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Victor Scott, baby. Victor Scott.
That was I was excited.
Scotty.
He can fly. Now, I mean, we saw the speed. First game, stolen base. We saw the speed coming around home, scoring. We've seen him be able to make some plays, and he looks really, really good. He looks really comfortable in outfield. Like he doesn't feel like a rookie. Like doesn't want to make mistakes. He's going to play the game. Seems like the way he's always played it. I don't care where you are, what stage you're on. He's enjoying the game, and I enjoy watching him play. He has been fun to watch on a team that has struggled a little bit to start the season off.
When do you think they send him down?
I hope not.
Probably right
never.
after he hits a home run.
Yeah.
Because, they'll be thinking to themselves, like, why are you doing that?
They're gonna.
right.
He needs to work on his speed. Get a little bit faster.
You got to work on his jump.
Not judging the balls correctly.
Yeah, just work on his jump.
He
Which, by the way, did you guys see that play yesterday? It was like a pop-up to right field, and Jordan Walker did like a massive stutter step. It scared the bejesus. He was like, took off, stopped dead, and took off again.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my.
What did you used to call the defenseman for Winnipeg? Who's the guy that in the 19 playoffs?
Oh God.
I mean, you used to say like they would just back. I mean, it was like a Brinks truck for Winnipeg. Marsh, do you remember the defenseman for Winnipeg in that series?
It might have been, was Jacob Trouba on the Jets at that time?
No, you're talking about how
he can
awful
bring the
he
heat.
was?
No. Guys that were just big.
Oh,
Dustin Byfuglien?
And you wanted to make sure that they weren't going forward. They had to go backwards because it's a disaster.
Byfuglien was a guy. Tyler Myers was another guy, 6'8".
Can't turn around the bit like semi trucks, but you can't
it's like
turn around.
a semi truck in a parking garage.
There you go. It's those guys. It's Jordan Walker. Like he's athletic, but it doesn't look
Once he gets going, it's hard for him to stop.
He's not an outfielder, man.
He's not.
Like you can.
Where are you going to play him?
Well,
First base.
nowhere right now. I get it.
Goldie.
You trading him now?
Yeah, for pitching.
Anthony would trade him.
I would have traded him last year.
I thought that
He's
was
the only guy with value right now.
I agree.
I disagree.
And going
Got some
and
young
getting
guys
older.
that are valuable.
No.
Who? Besides
Mason
Victor
Wynn?
Scott.
Even
They're going to trade Scott, aren't they?
Even Jordan Walker would have good value.
No, he would. I know because they'd put some team would put him in a position that
like a position he's played before.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In fairness, the Cardinals they put him in the outfit last year.
Hey, we're talking about positives here.
I was going to say the same thing.
Hey, Steven Matz looked good too.
He did. Yeah.
Was
Steven Matz,
anybody
he
else
pitched
worried
well.
every time he threw the ball?
Absolutely not.
I was. Not so much at the outcome. I was worried. It's an IL stint.
You guys do not get the segment.
Okay,
He reached back and threw 97 one time. I was like, there goes his arm.
Yeah. No, well,
I was excited about Lance Lynn getting out of that inning. That was positive.
scoreless.
Yeah.
Left an army on the base pass,
He did.
but
Everybody got
left him
on.
there.
Everybody got on, but nobody scored.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what his plan is.
Lance Lynn's
blanket.
absolutely. And when you're talking about the Blues,
No, we don't have to
don't
talk about them.
the Blues.
Okay.
Yeah, we can skip over them.
A.J. McCarron played well. He's running for his life constantly. The receiver, I'll tell you what, the Battlehawks, in all seriousness, the Battlehawks, some of the best receivers.
Marcel Aitman had a really good game.
He had a great game.
Yeah.
How about that play he made on the
touchdown?
Couple
Go ahead, touchdown.
A couple of real good catches, too.
Shepard had a nice catch as
A
well.
couple of real well-placed balls from A.J. McCarron,
No doubt. Yeah. He had a run on.
No.
Yeah, he had to basically throw and.
Yeah.
He was back there for about 7 seconds. running around.
That's
for
good
you.
protection.
Ish.
The text line thought that the NCAA regional went really well this weekend in Maryland Heights.
It did. It was so a bit of a.
Didn't Western Michigan win?
No, they weren't even in it, Anthony.
They actually were winning 4-2.
Yeah.
Michigan State came back and won in overtime.
Sparty.
Sparty went on to lose to the Wolverines.
Yeah, they deserved it.
Yeah.
But,
and Michigan beat North Dakota. You know what? I don't like this segment anymore.
Find your positives there, Mark.
Positive of it, it was a really good event. Centene did a great job with it. There were a lot of comments at first about people not being there and whatnot and the price of the tickets, which I get. But what I found out over the course of the weekend from our guy, Chris Zimmerman, is that people, when you purchased a ticket to the very first game, your ticket was good for both games.
Oh, nice.
So, but the flip side of that, which is not good, is if you're a Western Michigan or a Sparty, you go to your first game, but then your ticket now belongs to you for the second game, so they can't resell that ticket. So let's say you don't go to the next game because you're like, I'm not interested in this game. My team played. I just wanted to watch them play.
Yeah, your team should have played better.
Then there were but then there were empty seats. So that was
that's the reason why.
Yeah. So obviously, who knows if they'll correct that in the future?
Yeah. Okay.
But it was a really good event. The place was packed. From what I hear, that the Centene Community Ice Center did a great job with concessions. People didn't have to wait in line forever. People had great views. On TV, it came off great. Their lighting and all that stuff was really good, which you don't think about.
No, it's a big deal.
It turned out to be a big success.
Good. All right, well, we're also talking about
Great success.
Great success.
We're talking about other positives from the weekend, and I got to tell you what, boys. I saw a performance on Thursday night that was phenomenal. That was against Iowa State. It's your Illini, baby. Yeah.
Illinois, we played really well.
Elite Eight. Yeah, that got them into the Elite Eight.
Oh, they make the Final Four.
Yeah, well, we're talking about positives.
Oh, yeah.
Positives from the weekend.
Yeah.
Necessarily the weekend.
Wasn't the weekend, and we already talked about this.
We talked about it Friday.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of disqualified.
Jamie, Jamie.
But we can talk about that first half from the Illini and Damascus hitting those threes. I mean, they were rolling. They were playing really well in the first half. Yeah, I don't want to feel down.
Team got trucked.
What did they have?
Hey, we have
positive.
Do we have orange sunglasses?
No,
they're banned.
Yeah,
they're bad for your health.
I should get some.
Well, actually, I think if you combine the two,
red
it
and
makes
blue.
orange. Yeah.
Let's just be honest. How often are we going to be talking about Illinois? Like, really?
If we would have won,
I'm not spending the $11.
We should. I'm going to buy my own damn orange glasses.
Yeah, you are.
And they're just mine.
Yeah.
And keep them right here.
Yeah.
Right at my station.
Where's my orange glass?
It'd be like saying we're going to buy glass from like Central Michigan or something. Like, come on.
Well, I'll buy some.
Chippewas.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? You know?
Maroon and gold.
Yeah. Figure it out.
All right.
Yeah, Stephen Matz, though.
We literally ran out of positives. We covered all of them.
We didn't talk about Stephen
and our
Matz.
positives. It's like Cardinals
things that didn't even
infielders.
exist.
It's like Cardinals infielders. They can also play in the outfields. Our positives also turned into negatives. Just kind of applied that way.
Was there nothing to be positive about from the Cardinals' first opening series?
Yeah, Victor Scott. Stephen Matz.
That's it.
Lance Lynn battled.
He fought.
He's a fighter.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Goldie had a big first game.
Yeah, he did. That wasn't a little
but that wasn't a weekend, though.
As we established, as you guys established, actually.
You got to have certain criteria here.
Hey, he had that big catcher's interference last night.
Yeah,
set
that was
huge. Set the table.
That was
Huh?
a Will Smith,
had a
though.
4-0 lead.
I have probably, in my opinion, I think a lot of people would agree, the biggest positive of the weekend is that it's over.
Yeah.
We do have a text from the 314 said, who said red and blue makes orange? It makes purples. Dummies.
That's right.
No one person said that.
No, I
he
did.
did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Yellow.
Yeah, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, well, yellow is also part of the blues. Color scheme, so we'll throw that in there. I don't know. I should have paid more attention to the color wheel.
So there is a positive for the Blues, guys, is that unfortunately Jimmy Snuggerud and the Golden Gophers got eliminated.
Oh, that's huge. I love that.
So,
Yeah.
See ya, Gophers.
One would imagine that the Blues and Jimmy Snuggerud are in current conversations about Jimmy Snuggerud coming to St. Louis. So, although it's not quite a confirmed positive yet, it's somewhat positive.
Is it worth?
Save that question for the Sports Six-Pack.
Right.
You'll lead off the Sports Six-Pack next. If you have a question, 314-399-9646.
You're getting a good question.
Yeah, Carey. Sports Six-Pack next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, you know what investment property loans are?
No, Anthony.
Yeah, neither do I. That's why we called our guy Stewie. Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. Anytime Jamie and I don't know something, which is a lot, Stewie's there for us. So, Stewie, talk to us about investment property loans and why you can help our listeners with those.
Guys, there's lots of folks out there that are self-employed. Some haven't even filed tax returns, and they have investment properties. They're writing everything off. They don't like to pay Uncle Sam any money. I understand. They have the ability to write everything off, so they work it out that way. But then when they want to borrow money to buy a house or to take cash out, they're kind of stuck. They don't know what to do. Well, we're giving 30-year fixed rates, and it's based solely on the rent on that particular property. So we don't care if you file a tax return, if you're self-employed, if you're employed. It doesn't matter. We're simply going to give you a loan based on the rental on that particular property. It's a special unique program. It's getting a lot of traction. A lot of people like it a lot. It's fast. It's easy. It's simple. Cash in your pocket and a 30-year fixed-rate investment property with no worries.
Yeah, and that's why we call Stewie. That's exactly why we do that, Anthony, because we don't have those answers, nor do we have those strategies. But Stewie does, and you can ask Stewie about investing. You can ask him about purchasing a home, debt consolidation, whatever it is that your need is. Please pick up the phone and call Stewie on his personal cell phone number. That number is 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
If you can't remember that or you can't write it down right now, Anthony, what can our listeners do?
Oh, let me think about that. Oh, yeah. Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a good day, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
.101 ESPN has your chance to win free tickets to see Kenny Chesney with special guest Megan Maroney on June 13th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
Everything gets hotter when the sun goes down.
Find Find all the ticket details and find that chance to win free tickets for Kenny Chesney right now either at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six Pack is now.
Before we get to your questions for the Sports Six Pack, we've got Mark for the third selection for Bet the Board for the month of April. What's up, Mark?
How's it going, Anthony?
Doing great, my man. You have an opportunity to take either Carey or me today because Marsh was selected first by Adam and Jamie was selected second by Gavin. So, Mark, would you like to have Carey or me for Bet the Board?
I'm going to have to say sorry, Carey. I'm taking Anthony all the way.
It's all good. Right, Mark, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. There you go. Okay.
You guys have a good one.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, Mark.
We'll get it done for you, man.
Appreciate it.
All right. Here we go. Mark has me. So, Carey, you did well the last time. You got selected last.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember, but I
think I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're probably right.
Either way.
It's February.
Can't remember.
A month ago.
Anything.
No. All right, so speaking of Carey, Carey's got the first question for the Sports Six Pack.
Question number one.
So this one was for you, Mr. Rivers.
Okay.
If Snuggerud were to sign a contract and come play, is it worth knowing that playing maybe 4 or 5 games could potentially burn an entire year of his 3-year contract?
So
would it be worth it?
Originally, my thought was this is bad business. Because what are you really gaining out of it, right? Mm-hmm. But then the more I thought about it and asked questions and talked to people within the NHL that are general managers or high ups, they said that if you've already identified a player as someone who's going to be a part of your organization, then don't worry about burning that year. Mm-hmm. If you want to get him in, you want to get him acclimated, you want to get some NHL games under his belt, don't worry about that 1 year that you're burning, because odds are that when the entry-level contract comes to when it's final, you're re-signing him anyways. He's a restricted free agent. You're not cutting ties with that player. So you look at it as an opportunity to get him in here to see what he can do, give him some ice time. And let's be honest, that if he's as good as he's supposed to be, come next contract, that might be the one where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You might be buying out some free agent years on this guy. If it's a 6 or 7 year deal or an 8-year deal, the next one, does the 1 year that you burned really matter? No, it really doesn't.
Gotcha.
So I would like to see Jimmy Snuggerud sign. I don't know where he fits in right now as far as the roster, but I say you give him a chance to play.
Can he score?
He can score.
There you go. He fits in.
For me, honestly, I would love to see him on the one-timer side on the power play that the Blues have, their first power play. Mm-hmm. They got Thomas, Krug, Neighbors in front, Booch in that bumper spot, and they've got Kyrou on the offside. But the thing about Jordan Kyrou is he doesn't one-time a puck. Mm. Like, he can, but he really doesn't. He likes to dust it off every time first. And Snuggerud can fire that thing. He can flat out shoot the puck. So I'd like to see him in a spot where he could be successful that way. And at the same time, that helps your club. If you're generating offense from the other side of the power play, that's huge, because ordinarily this year, that power play one has generated almost all offense from the Thomas side, which becomes predictable, which is fine in some cases, but it also becomes problematic, like recently, when teams are onto your game and you've gone, 5 or 6 games with a power play goal. So I'd like to see another option on that side, and I think Jimmy Snuggerud could be that guy.
Question number 2.
All right, from the 314, what is your favorite opening day tradition?
Oh, it's
beer.
Clydesdales.
Oh, no?
I was going to say going down to the stadium, watch Jamie park right out front with his makeshift 101 ESPN staff sign. Get in anywhere.
It's a 101 VIP.
That's true.
Clydesdales for you?
Clydesdales. Yeah, always. I mean, as a kid, it was Ozzie Smith backflip.
Yeah,
like that was. I
like the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I think the whole ceremony is cool. You know, some people, oh, it's so long and do it yeah, they do, but it's also regarded as one of the best opening days in all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, tradition.
Like, you want an eye opener? Get on the Twitters today and go look at the Cubs. Anthony, I told you guys about this in the office, and listeners, hear me out. Go look at the Chicago Cubs opening day ceremony. They had 4 little square boxes around this ratty-tatty blue carpet coming out of the dugout.
That's spelled an L, by the way.
It's spelled an L. Yeah, it wasn't the W like they like to fly the W. This was laying an L, I'll tell you that. And they had 4 of these buckets that were supposed to be pyrotechnics. Well, first of all, 2 of the buckets didn't work. And the other 2 looked like sparklers. It was embarrassing. It looked like minor league baseball home opener. They might as well have given each player a sparkler to run out with.
That would have been better.
So when you think about complaining about maybe Cardinals opening day stuff,
Clydesdales and
let's enjoy what the Cardinals do.
It looked like the end of a wedding.
Yes.
It's got the sparklers.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Good luck. You guys are going to be great.
It was awful.
Wow. In all honesty, it's got nothing to do with what the Cardinals do. The energy, the vibe around the stadium is awesome. I enjoy it. I enjoy walking in. I enjoy, like, people are genuine.
There's an energy.
Yeah, there's an energy.
Yeah.
Generally in a good mood. Genuinely in a good mood. Unless you're a Cardinals hat guy and you're upset about the lack of Mizzou coverage.
Redbird hat.
On 101 ESPN, old Redbird hat. Although if I see him this year and he gets in one of our faces, I'm going to look square in his face and say, hey, win a conference basketball game and then you can come up here. Now sit down before Jamie or Carey knock your block off and I drink while you
In fairness to Redbird hat guy, he was a bucket deep, at least.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time. Do you remember what happened? Because he came up like a bat out of hell to our table. So, Carey, last year.
Was that last year?
That was last year. Or no, was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago? All right, so 2
we were
years
looking
ago.
for him last year.
We were. Guys wearing it. He was like a tall guy.
Yeah, he was a couple inches taller than me.
Tall guy. He was wearing a hat, and he had an actual, like, fake cardinal.
It was like he went to Michael's and glued a bird on his hat.
And he came up, and he was fired up.
Yeah.
But we didn't know. I didn't know, one, he was that serious, and two,
thought he was joking.
that he was, as Jamie noted, 2 or 3 buckets deep at that point.
He was lit up like a Christmas tree.
So he comes up and he's like, I appreciate you. I appreciate your station. But one thing, I don't think you guys talk enough Mizzou. And I looked at him. I go, I've been telling Jamie that for a while. So what does he do? He aims right at Jamie, and he starts going. And I'm like, oh no. He's hammered. He's hammered, and he is pissed. Like, he's fired up about it, and he's going on and on and on. And Jamie held his own. Jamie was very. I thought you were patient with him.
Well, at first, it took me half the conversation to figure out if he was serious or not.
Yeah, he was. He was dead serious.
And then the second half, I knew he was serious. And I'm like, I just got to diffuse this guy.
Yeah.
I literally said, my daughter goes to Mizzou. You don't think I want to talk Mizzou? I'd like to talk about Mizzou every hour is what I'd like to. He's like, yeah. So then all of a sudden he was like all on board.
He was good.
I'm like, we're never talking about Mizzou again.
Yeah, he turned around. He shouted to his table 50 feet that way. He goes, they're going to start talking about Mizzou. I got him. I'm like, all right.
I'm looking forward to seeing our friend Jose and the rest of the squad. Who always shows up. We get a picture with them.
It's a great crew, man.
It's like an opening day tradition, Carey. You don't know about this.
Yeah, same group. They come out every home opener, and they take a picture with us, and they tweet it out. Yeah, they're good dudes. And we will see you there.
Yes, we will.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Question number 3.
Regardless of how the team's playing.
Cardinals will win.
From the 661, do the Cards even go 500 against the rest of the NL Central? The Pirates and the Reds are looking fire emoji, and that emoji means really good for Anthony.
You're not stopping the Pirates. You're just not.
Anthony is just steadfast on the Pirates here.
Let me see what my Pirates are doing
what the
right
Reds
now.
are doing?
Yeah, they've been great today.
Oh,
no, Pirates are tied now, 3-3, top 8. Crap.
See?
That's okay. They have a bullpen that's not worn down, so
why is that?
Yeah, because their starters are going deep-ish.
Funny how that works.
So, no, they're not going to go 500 against the rest of NL Central. The NL Central's stacked. I told you guys from the start, this division, you got
April Fool's Day.
I looked at Carey. I lost it. I was walking the tightrope that it was. As soon as I looked at Carey, Carey's like, you've been dogging this division.
Carey had that look like someone farted in his face.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
What the hell?
But no, the way that these teams are playing thus far, no, they're not going to go 500 against this division.
Question number 4.
Guys, got an email from the Centene Community Ice Center about a 3-on-3 hockey tournament happening in the month of April. We get 4 guaranteed games, 1 free beer, and food and drink specials throughout the day. The goalies are free. So my question for all of us is, should we participate?
Absolutely.
And who would play what position?
Oh, I'm playing goalie because I can't skate.
Well,
the goalies are free.
Goalies are free.
Yeah.
Mike Ryder's a goalie.
Really?
Mike Ryder played goalie in high school. So we don't need you to skate, Carey. I got this.
Jamie, put this ragtag team together. What do you think?
Marshy and we got this.
There you go.
We got this.
Anthony, we just need you to clear the puck whenever the puck's in the defensive zone.
Clear the puck or just a good net front presence.
Okay.
Okay?
That's going to be...
What?
Can you hit my stick at
Anthony, don't worry. I'll shoot it off of you.
I don't want that. What position am I playing?
Just out there somewhere.
Left out?
Yeah, left out.
Oh, you know what then, Carey and I, we're good.
You guys
We're
are fine.
This is my visual. It takes Anthony a good 3 minutes to get down the ice, stand right in front of the net, and right when he gets there, all right, guys, I made it. Puck's going the other way.
So here's my strategy.
I'm an athlete. I'll be all right.
Here's my strategy. It's 3-on-3, right? So Marshy and I, we got the iron lung. We'll play the whole game.
Yeah.
And what'll happen is when the puck crosses across the blue line towards center ice, Anthony, you'll come off the bench and go stand in front of their net.
Okay.
And when defensively, when the puck comes back in, you'll change. And Carey, you'll come off the bench and you'll go play in front of our net and just clear the net.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
now we'll have a good net front presence.
Yeah.
Carey cleaning out the crease so Mike Ryder can see the puck.
I'm okay with that.
And Marshy and I, we're going to be crisscrossing
Snap it around.
like the Russian national team.
All right. I like that.
Although that does go against Anthony's brand of not playing defensive hockey.
Well, I think I should be the one then to go on the defensive end, and I'll clear it out.
I'll be the net front.
Carey can
It doesn't
be the
matter.
net front.
You can shoot it off of me. I don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. If you hit me in the face.
Oh, I won't hit you in the face.
Yeah,
I got pretty good aim.
All right, good.
I think
So if I hit you in the face, you'll know what happened. Still varsity blues.
when you come to, you'll know that Jamie was being a bit of a jerk.
That one really got away from me, Carey.
Sorry.
about that. I know a good dentist.
My bad.
Question number 5.
All right, guys, from the 636, I know it's very early, but how many guys on the Cards roster are not a concern? Less than a handful? Question mark.
That are not a concern at this point. I don't think Victor Scott's a concern. I don't think Paul Goldschmidt is a concern. I don't think Wilson Contreras is a concern.
Brandon Crawford isn't a concern.
Yeah, Matt Carpenter's not a concern.
is
If
not
these
a
guys
concern.
are concerned, you got bigger problems. Those guys are, they're add-ons.
Miles Michaelis might be a bit of a concern. Steven Matz, how are we feeling about him?
He had a good first game.
Not a concern. Good answer.
Well,
good answer.
Jamie noted, you kind of hold your breath. Like, what injury is he going to get now?
Are you concerned about Nolan Gorman? I will tell you this. Nolan Gorman, he was sprinting to first base, and it looked like it hurt. Like hamstrings.
We need to get him back
tight.
on the OG
popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra
you
butter.
know what?
Yes.
You're probably right. The power may have subsided.
Pirates back up.
You believe it in this Pirates team. O'Neal Cruz was
lost.
That's probably what they needed.
I mean,
they're good.
At some point, we're going to have to watch good baseball.
What channel?
Watching it.
Pirates.
Bally's tonight.
The Yes Network. about my Yankees?
Yankees lose Garrett Cole, and they're like, no problem.
No worries.
All right, that's it. That's it with the Sports Six-Pack. We have Beat the Streak, biggest question of the day, all coming up next on 101 ESPN.
If you're in the market to purchase a brand new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, please don't go anywhere else except for my family over at the Londoff Chevrolet dealership. They are so good at what they do. I mean, in the business for over 80 years. I've personally been a customer for over 25 years now. They just continue to help me and my children now. My children are Londoff Chevrolet truck owners, and they absolutely love it. And I can just tell you that their websites are easy, too, to navigate. And you want to get ahead of things, get on the website, get pre-approved. You can talk to somebody on the website. You can set up a test drive or talk to a representative. Then you can stop by either location, whether it's the original in Florissant, Missouri, or the brand new Londoff Autoplex located out in St. Peters. They're going to take great care of you out there. They're always going to beat anybody else's deal when it comes to your trade-in. That's the Londoff guarantee. And I can tell you this, that the process is so smooth. They take great care of you. You're in and out of there before you know it, and then you just absolutely love your vehicle. They've got so many great vehicles available for you via, brand new or pre-owned. They have great inventory, and they want to take great care of you, and they want to make you part of the Londoff family for years to come as well. So again, please stop by either location. Tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. If not, get there online. Visit them at londoff.com or londoffautoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals lose 3 of 4 over the weekend to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They'll be back in action tonight, taking on the San Diego Padres. 8:40 first pitch as Kyle Gibson goes up against Matt Waldron. The Blues also back in action tonight after losing to the San Jose Sharks over the weekend 4-0. They'll take on the Edmonton Oilers. You can listen to that right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 7 o'clock. Puck drop is at 8. The Battlehawks lost to the Michigan Panthers 18-16 over the weekend, and City SC also lost to Real Salt Lake 3-1. We have Beat the Streak and Biggest Question of the Day coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hit baseballs. All of my successes depend on me.
You're ready to hit.
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
It's time to play Beat the Streak here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Some of us did okay. Some of us did not. Lou, welcome back to the show. You're selecting for the listener. You had a hit on Friday, so you're back with us. And Andrew Marsh got his streak up to 1. The rest of us still 0 for gopher. So, Lou, who would you like in tonight's game to get a hit?
Oh, so this is probably where I go wrong because I did a lot of research, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Padres catcher. I'm going to butcher his last name, but I think it's Luis Campanzano. Campanuzzo, something like that. But yeah, that's what I'm taking.
All right, there you go. Not who I thought you'd take, but you got the streak going right now.
I mean, I'd love to take a Cardinal, but I mean, they're kind of speaking in and of themselves right now.
Yeah, no, why would you? I don't blame you. All right, Lou, congratulations on the correct pick on Friday. Hopefully we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan, boys.
All right, Marsh, go for it.
All right, didn't want to do it, but I am going to take a Cardinal today. I'm going to go with Brendan Donovan. Brendan Donovan tonight.
All right.
What?
You got the home run with him?
Yeah, I was going to double down.
Okay. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Sorry.
Carey.
Well, I was looking at how well or how poorly the Cardinals did against leadoff hitters, and I thought Xander Bogaerts would be my pick. But I'm actually going to go Manny Machado, who is 357 versus Kyle Gibson.
Yeah, he's got 10 hits. And 28 at-bats.
Yeah, I'm going to go there.
That's where I was going. Jamie.
Yeah. Give me Gorman.
You sure, buddy?
Very confident.
I'm not. No.
Okay. All right. Give me Xander Bogaerts. I'll go that route because you took Manny from me.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. That's Beat the Streak. What do we got for biggest question of the day?
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day.
All right, gentlemen, biggest question of the day.
Yes.
So, all day long we've been talking about these decision-making of Ollie Marmol and the team. Do you believe that this weekend, was it a decision-making problem or was it an execution problem or was it both?
Well, they didn't execute at the plate.
Yeah, they didn't execute at all. His decision-making wasn't great, but that's only a small portion of it. I mean, we had the numbers for you. Cardinals hit 173 in the series, struck out 43 times. They had 36 base runners in the 4-game series. On Sunday alone, they left nine runners on base. They had more runners left on base than they had hits, so 9-8. Cardinals had 23 hits in the series, just stranded 25 on base.
How many strikeouts did you say?
I said they had 43 strikeouts.
43 strikeouts?
4-game series, 43 times they struck out. They hit 173. 36 runners reached base in the 4-game series. They left most of those dudes on base.
That's a lot of strikeouts in 4 games.
Something just hit me in the head.
Don't know what it was. Be careful.
Probably asbestos knowing this place.
For me.
What?
Come on, Anthony. That's unfair. Ish.
It's better than ceiling.
For me, it was more the players on this one. I mean, you look at even the decisions that Ollie made. Ollie still doesn't throw a pitch and still doesn't swing the bat.
Yeah.
So as much as the infield in and not playing certain players and all that certainly impacts the game. But the parts that he doesn't impact are when Nolan Arenado is at the plate and can't get a home run. When Nolan Gorman is swinging and missing everything. Like Ollie has no control over that.
Right.
So for me, the roads always kind of lead back to the players.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So tonight, the Cardinals will take on the Padres. It's an 8:40 start time at Petco Park. Kyle Gibson will make his Cardinals regular season debut against Matt Waldron. And 6 games in the 162-game season, Padres showing that offensive punch that they lacked a year ago, but their pitching has been a little shaky. But they scored 13 runs against the Giants on Sunday, and that marked their second double-figure game, gave them 45 runs thus far, 7.5 runs per game. So good luck to Kyle Gibson and the rest of the Cardinals pitchers. Guys confident?
Bless you. Ish.
Thank you.
Confident. Ish.
Okay, so you're not. All right. Moving on here. Jamie, I won't even ask you.
What?
If you're
confident?
No.
Nah.
God, no.
No, I don't blame you.
I think they'll win tonight.
Who? The Padres?
The Cardinals.
Oh.
No, I think they'll shut us up.
Oh.
We've been negative Nancy's all day.
There you go. Put them on. Yep.
Marsh's going to put on the Cardinals' red glasses here.
I'm going to wait for the signal.
Here we go. There it is.
Like it.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to win tonight. I think you've seen this team building. I think Kyle Gibson, we saw him have a strong end of the spring, and I think that's going to carry into tonight's game. I think he's going to go 6 innings. He'll give up 3 runs, and the Cardinals will win 7-3. The offense comes alive. Matt Carpenter will hit a home run tonight.
Yeah.
And Brendan Donovan will get a base hit. I don't know what else the team will do, but I'm banking on those 2 things happening.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah,
for my own personal.
Hang on, Marcy.
You're not alone.
Whoa!
Because not only do the Cardinals get a win, so do your St. Louis Blues. All right.
I didn't see this coming.
Gonna get going.
Wow.
The lineup changes. Got guys all over the place. It doesn't matter.
No.
We're here, baby. Two wins in one night. Couldn't get any over the weekend. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Oh, you did? The Cardinals won on Saturday?
Yeah, the old game.
Hey, yeah.
The old guy game.
The old guy game.
The old guy game. Yeah. But don't worry about that. Tonight's tonight. Blues and Cards.
Oh, yeah.
How you like that? Huh?
Yeah, no, I do. I like it a lot. Jamie, you on board?
Yeah, I'm on board now.
Okay, I don't think there's anything more to say. Yeah.
Looking at Marshy, looking like, what's his name in Casino? De Niro. Sure, those glasses, the exact same glasses in Casino. I just figured it out. I'm like, now I know where I've seen those glasses before. Yeah. And Carey just pulls off the blue ones,
yeah,
too.
He does. Yeah. Big Blues fans.
It's looking good.
Yes.
Yep.
I like
rolling.
That. All right, bet the board. 3 stars of the day next on 101 ESPN.
If you are thinking about remodeling your kitchen, your bathroom, maybe your outdoor living space, there really is only one place to call. That's E&B Granite. They have over 2 decades of family ownership and operation here in St. Louis, and they just do a great job. just do a great job. They get a great staff over there that care. They're there to help you pick out things. If you don't know exactly what you're looking to put in your kitchen or what kind of cabinet or the countertop, the sales representative do an amazing job of helping you figure all of that out. And all you have to do is stop by the showroom down at 6135 Manchester Avenue. It's just a great location. You walk in, they've got everything right there set up for you. It's easy to make your choices. The countertops are all in the back too, which is great because it's not just some little sample size thing. You get the whole countertop. You can take a look at it and see the pattern and see exactly what's going into your home. And the sales representatives, they do a great job of connecting with the technicians who get out to your home. They measure everything. They pull out all the old stuff, and then the installation is fantastic. It looks like a showroom when they're done. It looks so amazing. I took pictures and sent it to everybody, and you get that too if you visit E&B Granite. Or how about you do this? Give them a call and book an appointment. That way they're ready for you. That number is 314-645-9300. Again, that's 314-645-9300, or you can always visit them at enbgranite.com.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 ESPN mobile app. It's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. And before we get into the actual first selections for the month of April, we have to bring on William. William, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for playing. You are going to be paired up with Carey Davis for the month of April.
Let's go, William.
Sounds good, Carey. All right.
Let's go. We got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Business.
All right, William. So be listening in for Carey's picks throughout April. And if you win, you get yourself a nice 101 ESPN prize pack.
All right.
Sounds good. All right, thanks, William.
All right, bye. Thank you.
There you go. So, Marsh, you'll be playing for Adam. Jamie, you'll be playing for Gavin. I'll be playing for Mark. And Carey, you'll be playing for William. Here we go. All right, Marsh. I think you still have honors here for Bet the Board.
Yes, I do. And I'm looking at this. I'm going to go with the Cardinals and Padres game tonight. I'm looking at Kyle Gibson over 3.5 strikeouts at minus 145. So Kyle Gibson over 3.5 strikeouts.
That wasn't my pick. Don't
worry. Why did Jamie look at me like that? Like,
I don't know.
Because I thought he said he was taking the Cardinals.
Oh, over the Padres to win.
3.5 strikeouts. Huh?
Who's up? Me? Is it on me?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to go win it.
I don't know who finished. Do you know? Do you have the standings?
I finished last. So
okay.
If you want me to go last, I'll go last.
I think you finished one game ahead of me.
Did I?
Or we tied, maybe.
You, Jamie, Carey.
Okay. All right. I will take. Got many options here. I would take the Oilers over 3.5 goals tonight.
Why? Why?
Don't make me say it.
There's so many other bets available. I checked out FanDuel. They have so many things available.
That's what I like.
And you just go there.
I have my reasons.
You. Jordan Bennington's in the net.
I know he is, but
pitching a shutout.
There you go.
Same
you saw
defense,
my blue glasses.
Same defenses in front of him.
Yeah, they had the same defense all year. He still got a great save percentage.
You're right. You're right, Jamie. I'm going to be wrong on this, but for now, the over 3.5 goals for the Oilers.
That's a lot of goals.
That is. It's a ton of goals.
Too many goals. Too many goals.
I mean, I know your Shark scored that over the weekend, so clearly you're feeling
good. That's true, too. All right, I'm going to the NHL, and this one is a double purpose. Okay?
The old DPP.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going with the Winnipeg Jets to beat the LA Kings.
Okay.
Minus 118. Is that where you were headed, Ken?
Yeah.
I like your style.
That's where I was going.
Sorry I took it from you.
Yeah, you're not really sorry.
No, I'm really not, but I liked your style anyways.
All right.
So you're looking for the old double win.
Yeah.
Double win.
You win, and therefore so do the Blues.
Well, they at least
will win
if
five.
Nothing else, they can't get any further behind.
Very true. The Blues are going to win 5-4 tonight over the Oilers.
That would be nice.
That's a lot.
Everybody ropes,
goals.
everybody rides.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of goals. Oh, well, Jamie took my pick because I was clearly. You know what? I'm gonna go I'm gonna go LSU over the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Ooh, okay.
Women's basketball.
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, we'll go there.
What's the spread?
The spread is 1.5, plus 1.5.
LSU's plus 1.5. Yeah. All right, there you have it. All right, there's Bet the Board. Marsh, what do we got for criticisms and compliments?
We have from the 314 hashtag Fade Marsh.
Oh, wow. After he won? I don't like that.
I'm taking the money line. I know it's 1.5. I just want you to know.
So LSU to win outright.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Gotcha. From Thanks Dad, the building is doing asbestos it can.
Yeah,
I like that. Yep, that was nice.
That.
Yeah, that was something fell from the rafters.
Took me a second. I'm not gonna lie. I got there.
You did though. Nice job.
An extra question here from the 314. Action Jackson said earlier he would rather watch Iowa LSU than the Blues and Cardinals tonight. What are your guys' thoughts?
I don't know.
I mean, I think Action Jackson is somebody that he likes himself some basketball.
He likes basketball more than hockey.
Yeah.
Piddles likes hoops.
He does. Yeah.
All kinds of them.
So I'm not gonna crush the kid. Yeah. All kinds of hoops.
Yeah.
Basketball hoops.
I mean, teach their own, right?
Hula hoops.
I mean, that is going to be a good game. And I probably should have took the points for it. Just
you're fine.
Too late now. You get a final answer.
I did.
You're fine. You're going to win.
Droid says that he will be watching Monday Night Raw instead of the Blues game.
Monday Night Raw. That's off the board. That one, huh?
Can you bet on WWE?
The NCAA, or now we got.
Why is watching that?
Can you bet on WWE? No,
I don't think
you can because it's entertainment.
Sports entertainment.
Yep. You get one
Imagine that.
rogue
Vince
employee.
McMahon would have had somebody with a FanDuel account. By the way, the underdog's going to win today.
Yeah.
Why? Because I just told him.
Nope.
Are you guys ready for the 3 stars of the day?
Yes, we are.
Our 3rd star of the day goes to Cardinal Hat Guy.
All right.
Yes. Congratulations.
Do you think when we talk about him, he actually knows it's
Probably
like
not.
who he is?
Probably not. No,
He doesn't remember, but
I don't think he remembers either. Somebody in his party was probably like, "Hey, they're talking about you."
Yeah.
It's like I didn't do that. Yeah, you did.
Our 2nd star of the day goes to Carey's net front presence.
Yes. Carey. Way to go, kid.
And our 1st star of the day goes to a gentleman right down the hall who continues to be a part of the Snake Pit and said he will be at opening day drinking some man sodas, and that goes to Josh Ennis.
Josh. How about that, kid? Way to go.
He's completely infiltrated the Snake Pit.
Yes,
How does he do that? Isn't he?
I don't know.
Working?
Kind of.
Yep.
Plays a lot of songs.
Plays a lot
Carey.
of music. All right. That'll do it for us. Don't forget Blues Oilers pregame at 7 o'clock tonight for Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. Thank you so much for listening and watching. See ya.